everybody, and welcome to the S&M show, the Sam and Ming show, broadcasting live from the home of the comic book men, currently in production on season 4. We're at Jay and Silent Bob's Secret Stash. My name
Shameless plug.
Shameless plug. My name is Ming Chen. Sitting across from me is the American woman. Get away from me.
I'm
Don't come hang around my door. I don't want to see your shadow no more. Colored lights can hypnotize, sparkle someone else's eyes. Samantha Quintus, everybody. Samantha Q.
Hi.
Hello. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing good. You seem like exceptionally. What are you on right now? Are you on anything good right now? Life? Really?
Yes.
Is it that simple?
It is. Actually, this week it is.
You've had a good week.
I have.
Had a good week.
I have.
You've had a good week. Now, sorry we started like 5 minutes late because you were flirting with the comic book men crew.
I wasn't
members.
flirting with anybody. But if I happen to
call it flirting.
If I happen to talk to Brian Johnson for like 10 or so minutes before the pod,
sure.
Too bad, people. I happen to talk to Brian Johnson.
Yeah, and you did. You got to talk to Brian Johnson. Did you tell him we're going to be selling Yoho T-shirts?
I didn't.
Oh, okay.
I just told him I loved him.
Oh, okay. That usually, have you heard that? If someone's bullying you and then you tell them you love them, then they have no reply.
Yeah.
Did he ever reply?
He told me he loved me too.
Okay. Keep saying he wants to bang you. I don't know how you feel about that, but he stated it publicly on a podcast. But I'm like, hey man.
Wait, he stated it publicly on the podcast?
Well, he said he wanted to do it to make me cry.
Wait.
Like, I know, awkward, right?
Would like Brian Johnson having sex with me make you cry? I think
so.
I think it would make my boyfriend like really pissed.
Right.
You're not my boyfriend.
No, I'm not. But he thinks it would make me cry. Not gonna make me cry. Sorry, Brian. Brian, you do whatever you want.
well, hello everyone.
Yes. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the S&M show, the Sam and Ming show, on the Smodco Internet Radio
Can we get
Network.
the whip going every time we say that?
We can. You have to wait till the song ends, because, yeah.
Well, then just end the song.
Just end the song?
Yeah.
I love the song, though.
The whip is way more important.
Okay, hold on. Here we go. All right, say S&M show.
Welcome to the S&M show. That's what I'm
broadcasting
looking for.
On the Smodco Internet Radio Network. Hello, everybody. We are broadcasting live. You can communicate with us on Twitter. I am at MingChen37, MingChen 37.
And I'm at the Zen Librarian, and I never spell it, and I never will.
Okay. All right. I'm just telling you, people in America, not that smart.
Yeah, well,
these are, how many times, you used to work at a library, correct? Mm-hmm. How many times did people come in and was like, hello, we're at the library.
Oh, all the time. We actually.
Did that bug you?
When I was at Sayreville Library, we actually had a woman who, when she got on the intercom,
right, she
would be like, "I need a librarian."
Hello, everybody.
Yeah, she'd be like, "I need a librarian."
Does this ever happen? Hello, all hands on staff. Homeless man has just come in and peed on one of the chairs.
No,
we need Samantha Quintus. Samantha, we need you to clean it up. Stat. That ever happened to you?
No, that never happened to me, but we did have a man pee on a chair once, and we did have a man pull down his pants and shit in the middle of the floor once.
What? Tell me, were you working?
No.
Were you on duty?
No, I actually...
I said duty. Were you on duty?
No, I actually was off for both of those occasions.
Oh, all right. Good timing, I guess.
Yeah,
So you heard it. Did you smell it?
No.
Okay.
I wasn't there.
All right. Shoot! Oh, it would have been awesome if who had to clean it up then? What, low man on the totem pole?
The janitor.
Oh man! What a
who happens?
Seriously, I'm sorry. What a shitty job.
Who happens to be my best friend? So
really? Mm-hmm. Currently? Mm-hmm. Is he still the janitor? Is that how you became friends? Mm-hmm. Oh, nice. All right, cool.
He, Pete, who doesn't listen to this podcast because he doesn't listen to podcasts in general. We met when we were at the library. Yes. He was the janitor. Okay. I was the children's librarian assistant. And, we became friends and we've been friends ever since.
And did you grill him? I'm like, dude, you had to clean up some dude's shit in the middle.
No, I mean, what was that
like?
It happened numerous times actually. We had people pee in chairs. When I was at Red Bank, which he obviously was at Sayreville. When I was at Red Bank, we had people piss on themselves, piss on the floor, piss on the chairs.
Why is that?
Defecate on the floor.
Why is that? The libraries provide plenty of bathrooms, correct? Mm-hmm. Why? They're so engrossed in what they're reading
that
they have to?
No, I don't think that has anything to do with it, actually.
Wow.
Yeah, but it didn't happen as much in in Sayreville as it did in Red Bank.
Right.
But in Red Bank, there was it's
a little classier.
A lower population that came in.
A lower population.
Mm-hmm. And a lower income population. We had a lot of homeless people. We had a lot of homeless people that came in
Red Bank.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And on like Mondays, we knew that they came into the bathroom to wash their clothes in the sink.
Okay.
Which I allowed.
Why, you got a soft spot for?
I do. I have a soft spot.
The downtrodden.
I do.
The homeless.
I do.
Because you were like, I don't have to clean this shit up. I'll make. What's his name do it?
We had Nivio was the janitor when I was at Red Bank, and I felt bad for him as well because he had to deal with a lot of crap as well.
All right.
A lot more crap than Pete did.
Yes.
But Pete, yes, he went through a shit ton of stuff before he got transferred to a different part of the borough.
Yeah, he was like, "F this, man! I ain't cleaning up like homeless leave-ins anymore."
Mm-hmm.
All right, a lot of interesting things you don't think about. As you know, I've been to the library with my kids. I don't think about that library as a public space, and vagrants will come in and do whatever they want.
Can I just say we got a tweet from Tyson coming in.
Tyson Ernst.
Divorce papers filed and served last Wednesday, so good for him.
So this is our brother out in, I believe he's on the West Coast. He listens live. I
believe so.
One of our most loyal listeners. Thank you, my friend. He's
going through a hard spot.
Yes, he is blind, correct? And he caught his wife cheating on him.
Yeah.
I feel bad for him. Divorce papers filed. I didn't know you could file them that quick.
So good for him. Let's raise a glass. Of what are we drinking tonight?
Dude,
you have the bar or the bottle.
This is special beer right here, all the way from Houston. Our friend, a fan of both of us, Justin Prine.
Ooh, that's good.
His name is @Prine_Prine Prine, presented me with this bottle in Houston while I was at Comic Palooza. It's like, dude, this requires a moment of reverence, moment of silence. This is St. Arnold's Divine Reserve 14.
14.
They only come out with this once a year.
Once a year. So this is for 2014.
He had to wait in line for this many hours, and he presented it to us. So, Justin, you're the man. Thank you very much. He specified specifically that he wanted us to have it. I took great pains to wrap it in a mile of bubble wrap, shipped it overnight back to New Jersey, and we've been sitting on this bottle for a while. I figured today... we're celebrating today.
We are
celebrating today.
We are
done many things today.
We are celebrating many things.
St. Arnold's Divine Reserve 14. What they do is they've come out with only one of these per year since the year 2000. This is the 2014 version. So there's a 13. I had an 8 while I was in Houston. This dude cracked open a bottle of 8 and passed it around. It was pretty awesome. So St. Arnold's Brewery, Houston, Texas.
Cheers to you.
Thank you very much. Cheers. How good is it?
It's actually really delicious.
It lives up to its name, Divine Reserve. So next year, 2050, I'm gonna overpay for a bottle next year. If anybody in Houston,
we're gonna put it on the S&M tab.
Yes, put it on the S&M beer tab. That I mean, basically, it was raining out, so we didn't want to go out and walk out.
Yeah, actually,
we local beers.
Ming texted me before, and he's like, "Shit, what beer are we drinking later?" And I was like, "Man, I have no fucking idea. You go pick whatever you want." He's like, "Okay, well, when you get here, we'll walk over and pick something."
Yes,
and then we were both a little bit lazy.
Yeah,
so we picked something that we had.
You know what? I got something in the vault, the cellar.
It was a very special week for both of us, actually.
It was.
So
who wants to go first?
You can go first.
I go first?
Yeah, you can go first because my news is better.
All right. What are you on today? I love it.
I'm happy.
Are you serious? You're not? All right. Okay.
I ran like the past 3 days.
You did?
I got like a sick promotion at work, which I'm totally giving away my surprise. So I guess I'll go first.
No, I'm celebrating. We just finished first week of shooting a Comic Book Men.
Yes, which was amazing.
Today would be day 6. So 5 days last week, day 6. And if anybody was curious at all, it's like we never left. Freaking Walt Flanagan on fire. Brian Johnson.
I actually
drug free and on fire.
I witnessed day 2, day 3.
Day 2, I think you came in and saw us do a little bit.
I witnessed a little bit of day 2. Yeah. I came into the shop and watched.
Impressed?
Yes.
How impressed were you?
I was actually. I didn't realize I realized what a big thing it was. Obviously,
Sure.
like I knew how like the
lights, camera.
Yeah, like
action.
I knew how the
lights, camera, cock back the hammer. Yeah.
But getting to watch you guys like film it,
yeah.
that was amazing.
Impressed?
Yes, it was like a special treat. Actually, it actually enhanced my week a little bit.
Did it? You thought back? It's like, wow. These guys are awesome. Look at Ming. Look at him go.
That was.
Look at how awesome.
Actually, I was a little more impressed with Walt.
As am I. Each and every day, I'm impressed.
I mean,
Walt
like
Flanagan.
I really am. Like when I watch him film, as opposed to watching him like
not film.
Okay, like just do anything else in his life.
Sure.
He's such a different person.
We call it fake Walt, but yes. But it's not. It's. I think there's definitely a part of him in there. Just I
I definitely think there's a big part of him. Yeah, I feel like he's so enigmatic when you watch him filming. Like it strikes me as odd because I know that Walt doesn't necessarily like all the attention drawn his way. He does not. Exactly. He doesn't necessarily like that. He doesn't go to the cons. No. But when he has a camera aimed at him, he's like phenomenal.
He is.
Like I don't know how he does it.
I couldn't do it.
It's like masterful. So
it is. You got to see it in person.
I did, and
where you're like, holy shit.
I did. I got to see one part of what I assume will be one of the earlier shows.
Yeah.
And I actually can't wait to watch it on TV to be like in my head, like, oh man, I was there.
Was it kind of hot too? Did you feel any moisture? Like,
no,
you know what I'm talking about.
I didn't feel
it. Really?
No.
Really wasn't like Spanish Fly?
No.
Nothing like that?
No.
Oh, okay.
Do you want me to lie?
No. Yeah.
Oh my God. I was like so, my God.
You couldn't hold back.
Yeah.
Okay.
Basically.
All right. So, we finished week 1, had a freaking great week, man. Freaking great week. And now I'm sitting here podcasting, drinking Divine Reserve 14.
Divine Reserve 14.
Life is good, my friend. Life is good.
Yes.
All right, now on to you, though. You're doing even better. You're kicking some ass?
I'm doing seriously better. I kind of can't.
What? Doors are closed? No one's in here?
I'm sorry. I thought I had the door shut.
No, you're not here. Yeah, we're good.
I'm having a really good week, actually.
I know, which is rare for you. Something always happens.
I know. I know. I usually have some bad news, some terrible
Yeah, and you shouldn't be. You're freaking.
No.
You shouldn't have any bad news.
So I got promoted at my job.
Okay, congratulations.
Thank you.
Through hours of hard work, dedication, a can-do attitude, a hearty spirit.
And my relationship with Ming Chen. No, I'm kidding. But
did it help?
But they do love you.
Well, hey.
I mean, at least one of my managers loves you.
Sure. That's all it takes. One.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay.
She's a huge fan of the Impractical Jokers.
Okay, so. Of which I do have a connection to.
Exactly.
Sure. Who's her favorite? Who's your favorite Joker?
Sal.
Sal? Not
Sal.
Q?
I think Sal.
Sal?
Yeah.
Okay, I like Sal. I mean, I like Sal as much as the next guy, but Quinn.
I think Quinn is her second favorite.
Quinn is my favorite.
Yeah, I think Quinn is her second favorite,
okay.
But I'm pretty sure when we talked about it, she said Sal.
Okay. Why do you think? Have you watched? You watched the show, right? Why Sal? Does he seem just kind of he's goofy and cuddly? And
I do actually kind of like Sal.
Okay. Sal's a great guy. I love Sal Volcano. Are you listening? I freaking love you.
I would say I like Quinn better.
Why is that? Why Quinn? Yeah. Besides the fact that you've met him in person.
Well, now I've met him. Obviously, I met him after I watched it. I think it might actually. I don't know.
Okay.
I made the way he talks, the way he like.
Oh, hey.
Yeah.
Oh.
He's very when he's on screen, you just want to look at him a little bit more than everybody else.
Q?
Yeah.
It's better looking than the other three. Is that what you're saying?
No, not even that. His energy.
It's called charisma, yes.
Yes.
Dungeons and Dragons called charisma.
Exactly.
Got a 20 charisma.
Exactly.
Okay.
So I think that just kind of is a little bit more than everybody else.
All right.
But she likes Sal.
Okay. Yeah, I made I had the worlds collided last week. I had the meeting in the worlds last week. Introduced you to Quinn very briefly.
In the parking lot.
In a darkened parking lot.
It was pretty light.
It was daytime. It was daytime. You were sitting in your car reading a book or something. I was like, yo, Q, come here. I want you to meet somebody.
I was finishing a book.
Samantha, Q. I was like, Q. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So, what was it like? You got to meet him, the Brian Quinn in person.
I mean, I feel like...
Were you like, oh my God, this is fucked up?
No.
You weren't?
No, I felt like it was like, I'm being Brian Quinn.
Oh, that's it? Like,
Yeah.
What if it was Sal? Like, oh my God.
I feel like it would
Sal Volcano, oh my God.
No, I feel like it would just be like, I'm meeting Sal. Well, I don't really get like amped up on celebrities.
Ever? What about, what if it was like Anthony Mackie from Captain America?
Okay.
What if it was who's the guy who played Bucky? What the heck was his name?
Sebastian Stan.
Yeah.
I feel like even then I would kind of just be like, oh my God, like you are Anthony Mackie. I respect you completely as an actor. You're awesome.
That's exactly what I said.
But like, I don't feel like I would get like hyperventilating. I
forgot to ask him questions about Pain and Gain. You ever see Pain and Gain, the Michael Bay movie with The Rock?
No, I don't actually watch Michael Bay movies.
Oh, I didn't even know it was a Michael Bay movie till the end.
Did it have explosions?
It may have had one explosion.
Was it a good explosion?
It was awesome.
Obviously.
It was awesome.
That's what Michael Bay does best.
It was an awesome explosion. Yeah. So you're big time now. Big time promotion. Like how did they present this to you? Like did they call you? Did they go, hey, we have something to tell you? Or you're like, oh shit,
my promotion.
Yeah. You have to go into detail. Like I don't even want to reveal where you work because I don't want you to get in trouble. Don't say it. Don't say it.
Well, I've clearly
don't say it. Don't
shut up. Shut up.
Okay. I'm sorry. I'm being a cunt. We'll talk about that in a second.
We will talk about that.
Okay. Continue. I'm sorry.
I've clearly told everyone where I work via Twitter.
Sure.
You know that feeling when you move out of your house and you move into a new place, but it doesn't quite feel like home yet.
No, you gotta put all your stuff in there. You gotta put my Star Wars figures.
You have to put all your shit in there and this and that.
I gotta get my restaurant menus on the wall.
Exactly. And even then, it still doesn't feel like home. But then, like, one thing clicks. Whatever it is with you that clicks.
Right, you bake an apple pie in there.
Yeah,
or you make cookies.
Yeah,
or you do it.
Yeah, or you have sex or something like that. And it just suddenly clicks that, like, this is your house. And it's, like, the physical, like, idea of, like, hanging your keys.
Yes.
I had that with my job a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
I've been, like, jumping through jobs.
You have?
I have. And I finally found some place that I love.
How many jobs would you say you've had in like your life?
In my life?
Yeah.
I worked
a lot.
I worked at a library. I worked at a coffee shop. I worked at a retailer.
Okay.
I've worked at another retailer.
Oh, so not that many then.
No, not that many. In the past like year, I've jumped through a lot of jobs, so I've been trying to find something that fits me. And I finally did. And the past like month basically was the equivalent of like hanging my keys on the wall and like coming home. So that was like what my Twitter was. I tweeted something a few weeks ago about following a Twitter account that was my job.
Yes.
And it was like the equivalent of like hanging my keys on the wall because I realized that like I loved my job.
Yes. Rare. That's rare, you know.
I know it is rare. I realized I wanted to stay there forever. Ever.
Don't mess this one up. I'm just saying. Don't mess this, please.
And I'm kind of actually like stupid giddy about how much
I see that.
I love my job. Like I go to work every day, and I mean, like honestly, it feels like I actually don't work a single day of my life because
that'll change.
I know it will. I know.
Enjoy it while you can.
Like shit, I work retail. Like I know, like Black Friday.
Sure, I'm just saying. As you know me. I'm a little older than you. Maybe more experienced.
Exactly. No, and I know that. Like I've felt this before. I felt this kind of job love, quote unquote, before. And I know it always changes, but I mean, my job in the past, I've worked there a month, and my job has shown me things in a month and shown me a respect in the kind of month that I wished former jobs would show me, and it took 10 years. Sure. It took 1 year. It took however long to show me, and my job has shown me that. And I got a promotion this week.
Yes, congratulations.
Yay, thank you.
To you.
Thank you.
To you, little Divine Reserve 14.
Thank
for you,
you.
Samantha Q.
Thank you.
For you. For maybe some of the kids listening out there, they may be a little downtrodden. Maybe they're in a dead-end job. Maybe they're in a job they don't like. What would be your advice to them? You're obviously in a position that you love. Like you said, you don't feel like you're going to work. How does maybe one of our listeners out there, maybe they're not so lucky.
When I started working at a library, and I was a page, which is the person who puts books away.
Oh, do you know the Dewey Decimal System?
I do very well.
You ever see UHF, the movie UHF with Weird Al? I was like,
no.
Don't you know the Dewey Decimal System?
I've never seen that.
Okay, well, you need to see it.
Well, regardless, I know the Dewey Decimal System very well, down to the double point, actually. And
you've memorized ISBN numbers, all that shit. Okay,
exactly.
All right, like a good librarian.
So I hated my job doing that, and I tried to quit. Actually, I was so miserable one day that my supervisor found me, and she dragged me into my boss's office.
There's an article about this actually publicly online. If
no, not this one.
I think it's mentioned in there that you wanted to quit and they wouldn't let you.
Oh, well, it might be.
I read this.
Yeah, this might be mentioned in the article, but it was from a different library.
Right, yes.
And a very fantastic writer named Dustin Rassiopi wrote an article about me when I got to Red Bank Public Library. Right. But this was actually at Sayreville, and I tried to quit. She dragged me by my fucking ear into it's my boss's office, into the director of the library's office in Sayreville, and she told him she's like she does not want to work here.
You're not fucking leaving. So you are not leaving.
She threw me down in a fucking chair and she made me talk to him.
Wait, what? She threw you down?
No,
in a chair?
Not like that.
Oh, okay.
And he looked at me, and he was a man who was very wise.
Oh, was it a dude? Mm-hmm. Dude threw you in a chair?
No. She threw me in the chair. She was my supervisor.
Okay.
The director of the library was this old man named Joe Lyons, and he kind of actually looked like a sailor.
Okay.
And he told me, he was like, listen, he's like, it was around, I started working there October. This was probably around November, late November.
Okay.
And he's like, listen. He's like, you're 16 years old. You could find a job seasonally anywhere you want and you would excel at it. He's like, no, he didn't say but. He's like, go find a job. He's like, go to the mall tomorrow. If you don't want to work here, I will write you the best recommendation ever because I know that you are a good worker, but you just do not like working here.
Yes.
And he's like, I will write you the best recommendation ever. If that's what you want to do. And that's it.
Okay.
And I left his office that day, and I was like, fuck it, I'm going to the mall tonight. It's 6:00. I'm going. I'm going to apply for a different job anywhere.
Okay.
And
like Spencer's?
Yeah, anywhere.
The Limited 2?
Yeah, Forever 21.
Okay.
And I never did. I never went home. Or I went home. I never went to the mall. And I never applied for a job. And I stayed working there. And I don't know, one day something clicked. That I loved where I was working. I loved working 10 seconds away from ancient China, ancient Greece, the future, the past.
Are you talking about books here? Are you trying to romanticize books?
Yes.
Right now? Oh, okay.
Okay. Fantasy worlds of castles of faraway forests.
I got to admit, you're one of the few people I know that still read. It's you.
I do.
And Brian Johnson, like that, and not counting comic books.
Wait,
I count comic books. But
Brian Johnson reads.
Yeah, he does a lot. He reads a lot actually.
What does he read?
Like Stephen King, and I think he's reading Confederacy of Dunces right now, which he's like, dude, you got to read this. It's so fucking funny.
I love reading. And that was the thing about libraries. It was that you worked literally 10 feet away. My desk was 10 feet away from anywhere in the world that I wanted to go.
You sound like a PSA right now. It's like, go to the library, read a book.
I'm not even saying that. If you don't want to read, shit, I never tried to get people to read that didn't want to. If you don't want to read,
why bother?
Yeah, exactly. If you don't want to read, it wasn't going to happen.
Right.
But, man, I loved it. And I honestly, I went to a different library and I realized what the flaws in the library system were.
Right. Did you try to fix them?
No.
Okay.
Because they can't be fixed.
Right.
And it made me realize that
We should start a...
As much as I loved working in a library, libraries in general are a dying field. And I kind of jumped ship into something new, and I'm happy there.
Yes.
But
do you miss it?
Yeah.
Okay.
It took me a really long time to be able to actually admit that I missed it. But I miss it every day I open a book. I miss it every day I think about like a faraway land. I miss it every day that I think about a land that actually doesn't exist anymore. Or anything like,
or at all.
Exactly. Like when I mean I'm a huge Doctor Who fan.
You are.
And like when I think about the future, like I miss the fact that like I can't just like walk 10 feet when I'm at work and grab a book about about the future.
Yeah, that Doctor Who second episode is awesome, by the way, where they go into the end of the world, the end of Earth. You know what I'm talking about? The 2005.
The one with David Tennant?
Yes. No, who's Christopher Eccleston? Is he the...
I'm sorry, it's Christopher Eccleston and Billy Piper. And the face that's like really stretched out.
Yeah. She's like, moisturize me.
Yes.
I'm drying out. Yes, that's a good episode.
Is that like as far as you've watched?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm busy.
Okay, well...
Hey, at least I started, right?
Okay, bitch, like, you need to, like, really get past Christopher Eccleston and get into, like, David Tennant.
How many episodes do I have left? I like Christopher Eccleston. I like him.
Christopher Eccleston is good. He is. I'm not going to criticize him.
It's good. That first episode, the walking, the mannequins that come to life, that was good.
David Tennant's is better.
Okay. How many? I have to wait. How many episodes?
Probably about like 13 or so.
Oh, okay.
He does a full season. Okay. 9 does a full season. David Tennant gets 2 full seasons, and I believe, Matt Smith gets like 3.
Okay. Do you read like a book a week?
No, actually, I used to. When I worked at the library, I used to read like really super quickly because it was my job and I had to like review books that were coming in so I could talk to people about them. Now it probably takes me about like 2 or 3 weeks to read a book because I don't really dedicate a lot of time to reading.
I read garbage, man, like Grisham.
That's terrible.
Yeah. Or I read I think the last book I read all the way through was the Steve Jobs autobiography by Walter Isaacson.
That's not bad.
I'll give you that one. You read that?
I'll give you that one. Yeah,
right now I'm reading a book called The 4-Hour Body. It's not even really a book. It's more like I'm trying to get cut.
No, that's
you know what I'm saying.
Okay.
I'm trying to get cut.
I finished a book called The Discovery of Witches by Deborah Harkness.
Isn't this like some like freaking Hunger Games? Like
no, actually, it's actually different. It's if you were going to compare it to anything, I would say it was a mix between Harry Potter and Twilight. Because it has witches and vampires.
Okay.
But it takes all the things that you like about Harry Potter, which is everything, and all the things that you take about Twilight, which is nothing except the fact that there are vampires.
There are vampires in it? Okay.
Exactly.
All right.
And puts it together.
Okay. Is that your... We could... If you read a book a week, you could recommend a book. Like,
Well, I read... There's 3 books in the series. The first one was The Discovery of Witches, which I just finished like 2 or 3 days ago.
Yes.
And I loved. And I'm on to the second one, which is called The Shadow of Light. And the third one, called A Book of Life, actually comes out at the end of July. So I'm hoping to
Are you going to the midnight release party?
No, I'm not. I'm hoping to finish A Shadow of Light for the new one that comes out.
Wait, this is July, so it comes out like in a week. You should go to the midnight. Are you going to like? Do you go and like dress?
I have those for adult books.
Do you go and like dress up?
I don't think they have this, but can we talk about for like a second how this week I was kind of alone a lot this week.
You were. What do you do with yourself when you're alone?
I watch TV and hang out with Ming Chen.
You want to know what I do when I'm
hang out with Samantha Quintus?
No, no, you don't want to know. I'm kidding.
I don't want to know what you do.
I'm kidding. It's really dirty.
Leaked episode.
Yeah, what were you about to say? What? Yeah, you were.
I can't even read all those fucking tweets coming in.
People love you, dude.
I know. This is like 17. I can't read them right now. I apologize.
Okay.
18. So what I do when I'm alone is I watch TV and read and draw and run and hang out with Ming Chen.
Sure.
Obviously. And this weekend on ABC Family, they were showing like a whole bunch of like Harry Potter movies. Wait.
Why are you watching the ABC Family cuts? Because they cut out so much.
Because I watch ABC Family a lot. Can we talk about
Were you watching Boy Meets World? Were you watching Full House?
No, I watched Pretty Little Liars. Let's not even get to that. Can we talk about how this week they were showing like the entire, like all 8 technically, Harry Potter movies. But can we talk about what they were calling it?
No.
Potterhead Weekend. Which, okay, if you're a kid who likes Harry Potter, do you know what being a Potterhead?
No, is that what
pothead necessarily is?
They should call it the Pothead Weekend.
Well, like they were calling
that would have been awesome.
They were calling it the Potterhead Weekend, and I was just like, "Can you call it that? Like when kids are involved?"
The Potterhead, yes, not Pothead. The Pothead would have been better.
But okay, like
Pothead is so catchy.
Obviously, Potterhead comes from the idea of being a pothead.
Sure, absolutely.
So, like, on ABC Family,
yes,
can you call it?
No,
that?
you absolutely not. You can't.
I mean, you have kids.
I do.
So you have kids.
Yes.
Your kids, have they read Harry Potter?
Yes, we have read. I'm just stressing. I have read parts of Harry. My wife.
Have you read it to them?
Yes.
Okay, so they know about Harry Potter.
They do.
Like,
they
okay, if you were watching ABC Family, would you want your kids watching something called the Potterhead Weekend?
Potterhead would be fine. Was it the Pothead Weekend? And be like, huh, that's edgy.
Potterhead? Like,
Potterhead.
I feel like that's
what would you have called it?
Harry Potter Weekend.
No, you need to that's not catchy. You need to Potterhead Weekend, yes.
Like,
Potterhead.
Okay, unless you're above 18, you're not going to get that reference.
Exactly. That's what they figured as well. Potterhead Weekend.
I just feel like...
Are you offended? What's going on here?
A little bit. Like,
you don't have kids? What are you?
If I was
you were worried about the welfare of children.
If I was a children's librarian right now,
which I still consider you are.
Okay, if I was a children's librarian, like I would never be like, oh, like a book display. I would never be like, oh, Potterhead Weekend, like read Harry Potter. Like, so you're saying it would never fucking happen.
You're saying inappropriate. You're saying
wildly
inappropriate.
Hashtag.
Do you think they got any calls or letters?
I'm sure they did.
Potterhead Weekend.
Shit, I'm like 28 years old. I've smoked pot a lot in my life.
Yeah, you have. I think you're on the pot right now.
I smoked pot a lot in my life. And shit, I was insulted by it. I'm like, kids should not know the phrase like Potterhead Weekend because it's too close to being a pothead.
All right.
I mean, like,
I like this. You're watching out for the kids. Won't someone please think of the children?
I felt like I was watching this.
All right. Real quick, Michael Gaines. Eccleston was 1 season. Tennant did 3.
Yeah, but I think Matt Smith did 3 as well.
Right on. And he's still going, right? Sort of?
No.
He's not. Okay.
No. He
Old Bowtie himself, gone.
Old Bowtie is gone as of Christmas, which is like the worst thing available. Like,
right.
What? Like, I get it. Like,
I know you cried.
Okay, no. We're not even going to talk about it. Like, on Christmas, like, the episode aired. Yeah. I DVR'd it.
Yes.
And I didn't watch it until, like, after Christmas, like 2 or 3 days.
I get it.
Because, like, I knew it was his last episode. Obviously, it had been stated it was his last episode. And, like, shit, does anybody want to watch their favorite Doctor Who doctor go out?
No.
On Christmas? Christmas Day. Like, Christmas is like my literal favorite day of the year. Like, I fucking love it.
Do you live for Christmas?
I do.
Okay.
My favorite days, you will see me exceptionally happy between November and December.
I noticed that. You were very happy.
I'm like super excited during Christmas. Yeah. It's just like a season when you walk through the mall and you see all like the trees and
I love it as well.
Everybody, and like the holly and like the Salvation Army people ringing bells. Like I always give them money because they're
magical.
Yeah, they're just like magical. It's like a thing.
Well, magical is not the word I use for the Salvation Army people, but all right.
Well, they're out there like doing their thing for people.
I know. Most of them I see look very miserable. It's cold out, but that's beside the point.
Regardless.
Okay.
So no one wants to see their favorite TV show, their favorite person on their favorite TV show leave on Christmas Day. So I deliberately didn't watch it until the day after Christmas.
Right.
And that didn't help. I sobbed my eyes out.
Yeah.
I like cry. Like I'm not even gonna I'm not even gonna fog over this. Like I cried like a bitch.
Are you crying?
I was.
No. Are you crying?
Yeah.
I sat in the recliner at my parents' house watching this fucking episode for 2 hours. And I literally had a box of tissues next to me and I just started crying like halfway through the episode.
Booze? No booze?
No booze.
You have any booze?
No.
All right.
Usually on Christmas Eve I'm drinking. Usually the day after Christmas I'm not.
Right.
And somebody messaged us, tweeted us about The Strain. I refused to watch that show that looked creepy as shit.
Okay.
And I cried and I watched it and I sobbed my eyes out, like really like blubbering crying. And then,
you broke down?
Yeah, I broke down. 100% broke down. 100%. He's not even my doctor and I broke down, cried my eyes out. Watched it again, cried my eyes out a second time. I think probably by the 4th time I watched it, I stopped crying. I like, it's like that.
Oh my God.
It's like that serious with Doctor Who.
Oh my God. All right. You need to,
Which makes me laugh about the person who like a few months ago when we started like podcasting, I was like criticizing David Morrissey for like his part on Doctor Who.
Yes.
And he was like, oh, she's not a fan of Doctor Who. Like, honey, I'm a huge fan of Doctor Who. Like I cry.
I see that.
Yeah. So August 23rd or something.
What's August 23rd?
It's the premiere of the new season of Doctor Who on BBC One, which is BBC America basically.
Right. Will you be there with
I will.
box of tissues in hand?
No box of tissues.
Okay.
No tissues. The new Doctor is premiering. Peter Capaldi.
Okay.
And
there's apparently, according to James, there's a leaked episode.
Apparently.
Did you watch it early? You refused?
No, I refused to watch trailers.
I like that. You got integrity.
Yeah, I actually refused to watch trailers. I refused to watch leaked episodes because I like to watch the episode when it airs, when it's supposed to air.
I like this.
So,
you got integrity.
So Peter Capaldi, he's like 55. He's like an old man. I had my doubts about him when they cast him. I still have my doubts about him while I'm talking.
Give him a chance.
No one wants to watch a 22-year-old companion run off with a 55-year-old man. I'm sure it'll work somehow in the Doctor Who
I think they know what they're doing at this point.
But I am excited to watch him.
Okay, August 23rd, you said.
August 23rd.
All right, be there.
I'm going to be watching it.
Tune in.
And I might cry. I mean, I might actually cry because Matt Smith's not there. But that said, David Tennant was my doctor.
David T.
David T.
Your doctor.
He was, and I got to witness him a little bit for a brief moment during Potterhead weekend because he was in the Harry Potter universe as well.
Yeah. All right. Keep hanging out. I'm sure he'll appear at a con somewhere. And,
he appears at cons all the time, actually.
Maybe you'll get to meet him.
Yeah, he appears at cons, usually not in America.
All right, well...
I think, San Diego's the only one he's actually appeared at. Yeah.
We'll see.
Because he's David Tennant, and his career hasn't quite fallen enough to be at other cons.
To be at, you mean the ones I go to? That I get invited to?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Nothing against them. Nothing against them.
Exactly.
Nothing against them. Also big on your radar, also big in your week, you appear not on this podcast. You branched out.
I did.
You were on another podcast called Pizza Beer Revolution.
PizzaBeerRevolution.com.
PizzaBeerRevolution.com.
You can find them on iTunes.
You can. Or just go to PizzaBeerRevolution.com. You can listen to Samantha Quintus's episode of Pizza Beer Revolution. I thought you did an amazing job. We talked about this about 2 weeks ago.
It was wild. I was actually kind of scared because we went in and
you thought we were gonna
I thought we were gonna pod together with them, and they were just like, okay, Ming's on first, and then you're on, and I'm like, I kind of had separation anxiety for a hot second. I was like, wait,
the fuck.
I've never podcasted without Ming before, and they were super super amazing.
Yeah.
So
it's fun, right?
Yeah, it was.
I never steer you wrong. I never steer you wrong.
I know.
I thought you would like it, and you knocked it out of the park. You certainly did better than I did. That's what I was saying.
I don't think so.
I think so. Listen, well, my episode's the one before yours. I'm episode 43. Your episode 44.
Yes.
Take a listen to both on pizzabeerrevolution.com.
Yes.
And
they are amazing.
You make the call.
They're amazing. Watch them if you have the opportunity to watch them instead of listening to them.
Oh, yeah. You're on video, too.
Exactly.
Go to YouTube.
They're fantastic to watch, though.
YouTube, search Pizza Beer Revolution. That's where I stole the whole camera idea from. So...
Yeah, we definitely are.
Which I have back this week. You can see the beautiful pork chop Samantha Quintas on video this week.
Oh my God, Tyson Ernst just said if I had a companion, Sam would be my Rose. Tyson Ernst, that means the world to me. She's my favorite companion.
He's getting divorced and he's horny. That's it.
That's fucking terrible.
But
can we talk about how we hung out the whole week? Well.
Sure.
Yes.
Would you like to talk about that?
Sure, we can. It'll just make me a home-wrecking whore.
Hey, you said it. I didn't. Sure. So, how did this all begin then?
I was alone for a week.
What happened? Why were you alone?
I was just alone for a weekend.
Okay, you were alone. All right.
We'll put it at that.
Okay.
I was alone for a weekend.
All right. My wife and kids went to Wildwood, New Jersey.
Yes, exactly.
I couldn't go during the weekdays because I was shooting.
You did go on the weekend, though.
I did, just to clear things up.
And just to clear things up, I got pictures of Ming and his family.
Okay.
And you guys didn't, so ha.
Okay, yeah. You did.
And you're never going to see them, so blah.
Right. So blah?
So blah.
Okay.
But yeah, so on Wednesday.
Yes, on Wednesday.
We did some serious beach yoga.
We did.
We had this weird kind of date night.
Wasn't it? Would you not put it like that? It's just going to get me into
I know, it's going to get you into serious trouble.
Stop. It's not like that.
But we went to dinner and then
It's not like that. Our friend Brett was teaching a beach yoga class at Asbury Park. All right,
we went to dinner after.
We did? Sure.
We walked to get ice cream.
We did.
And then we walked around Ocean Grove, New Jersey. That's adorable.
It's a what?
That's adorable.
That's
a date night.
It's not. No, it's not. Would you not put it like that?
I mean, for me and you, that's not a date night because we were looking for Tom.
We were looking for Tom Mum, our sound guy on Comic Book Men.
Yes, we had an adventure actually.
All right, there's this app called Find My Friends. It's an Apple app.
Well, first we finished yoga.
We did.
We were hungry and needed alcohol.
Sure.
Basically.
Sure. Went over to this place called the Brick Wall Tavern in Asbury Park.
Exactly. Fantastic.
One of our local hangouts. I've been there a few times.
Yeah, exactly.
Sure.
I've gone there. Ming's gone there separately.
Yeah, saw friends there.
Exactly.
Friends were there. It's kind of like a Cheers over there.
So we both ordered food.
We did.
I got cider. You got beer.
Zombie Killer.
Yes.
Yes.
Wait, did you have Zombie Killer that night?
No, I didn't have
that was
Zombie Killer.
Maloney's.
No, I had something else. Shoot, what the heck? I wish I should.
I was just at Brick Wall and they didn't have my cider.
I'm sorry.
They were out.
I'm sorry.
I just get 11%.
What the heck did I have? I should start using that. There's an app called Untapped where you can keep track of the beers you drink.
Yeah.
I have to start using that.
So
I got something from Lagunitas, I think, from the Lagunitas Brewing Company.
Was it that 3.8%?
It was not 3.8. It was 4.9.
It was 4.1.
No, it was 6. It was 6. It's definitely 6.
It was 4.1.
Whatever.
You're a pussy.
Yes,
so
I am a big pussy.
He had a 4-point-something percent alcohol.
It was not
beer.
3.9.
I had a 7.8% alcohol cider.
Because you were not a pussy.
Was I driving?
Yes.
Okay. So then
you were not a pussy.
After dinner, we walked over to Ocean Grove, which is a bridge walk away.
Right.
Got ice cream.
Shout out to Days Ice Cream in Ocean Grove, New Jersey. Yes. Was it Blackberry Cabernet?
Blackberry Cabernet Sorbet tastes like red wine.
It's yeah.
And then we walked around.
Well,
you tell
here's
the rest of the story.
Here's the deal. There's an Apple app out there called Find My Friends, where if you choose to, you can track the exact GPS location of your friends.
So it's
a stalker app, but you have to approve the ad or whatever. So, Tom Mom, our sound guy on Comic Book Man, you may have heard him on I Saw Comics. He did the Accelerators comic book, Blue Juice Comics. He was on many times. When we were in Miami, he's like, hey, let's add each other up. That way we don't have to be like, hey, where you at? Where you at?
Yeah, it makes sense.
So I did. But while we were there, I'm like, hey, let's see if we can find out where he lives.
Because in the past, we've known that the production team of Comic Book Men has been in Ocean Grove. That's like how this began, how we knew that they'd be there.
Right.
So it wasn't like we were just staying in fucking Ocean Grove being like, oh, let's find Tom, Mom.
Right. No, we tracked him down.
Yeah, exactly. We knew based on prior experience they'd be there.
Yes.
So.
Tracked him down. So running around Ocean Grove going, Tom.
Yeah, we were possibly.
We didn't find the correct location.
Possibly had not eaten as much as our alcohol has.
No, I wasn't buzzed. Were you?
A little bit.
All right. Well, I was not because you can't get buzzed on 3.9% alcohol.
Yeah, well, exactly. You
session beer.
I was drinking like an 8% alcohol.
Okay.
Level.
All right.
So we walked to like where it said that they should be, which was like a park.
Right.
And there was, I was like, what do they drive? And you were like a 15-passenger van.
Yeah, there's a 15-passenger van. I think there's like a Nissan.
There's like a fucking 15-passenger van. It's
like,
silver
this is it. And we're like peering through windows and shit.
We're like literally peeking through windows of this van, peeking through windows of the house is parked next to, which clearly actually was not Tom's place.
Yes.
Yes.
It was not. But then I texted him. I broke down and texted him. I was like, where are you?
Exactly are you?
And he told me, he's like, we're nowhere near there. So Find My Friends app, not entirely accurate. Not 100%.
But didn't you say at one point that the house that it led us to eventually was...
It showed up prior, yeah.
Prior. So when we were sitting at like the brick wall, it came up that that's where they were. But once we got to Ocean Grove...
the location moved. Yeah. So maybe 5 minutes prior, Tom was like pissing in that park. You know, I don't know. But we tracked him down. So, you know, a little stalker action there. Little stalker action. But
so that was fun.
Yeah. Speaking of yoga, you know, we did some beach yoga. Our friend Brett was leading the class.
God,
you were like,
he is
You're like, do you want to go? I'm like, yeah, I like Brett. Let's go.
He is so sexy.
You were...
That's like the literally,
dude.
That's like literally the only reason I wanted to go. Because,
really? Not for the energizing practice, not for the fact that we were doing it on the beach, not for the fact that it was just like an awesome night. That's it. That was the only reason.
Yeah, because he's sexy.
Okay,
actually,
it's good looking. It's like a surfer yogi.
Yeah, he's like a surfer
Brett,
yogi.
Shout out.
Yeah, actually, like I saw on Lululemon, my former employer, their website that they were doing the tour of the shore.
Shout out to their Wednesday night yoga classes. Yes. Yeah,
seriously, if you're around the area, just like go. Which apparently no one is.
What are you talking about? A lot of people were there. It was packed.
No. I mean, no one that listens to us is.
Well, you should start. If you want to find me and maybe you on a Wednesday night, I'll be there.
Yeah, you use that like find my.
You can use the Find My Friends app. You can find me like on some random beach.
So on Wednesdays, Lululemon, my major competitor at my job. Shout out to Carol, who's organized all of this.
Shout out.
She puts this together. And
it's supposed to be like an energizing kind of community building practice.
It's free yoga.
And it's free.
Like when you're paying like $20 for a fucking walking class, like how can you pass up free yoga? Like,
no, you can't.
I'm not going to. I work at Athleta and like I was like, fuck it.
You said it. Oh.
I was like, shit, fuck it. I'm going to free yoga.
Okay.
Because it's Brett and I like his face. I like
very, very good looking dude. Sure, I can say it.
Shit, I like the rest of his body.
Sure.
I was actually not there for yoga at all.
That's terrible.
Yeah, it was.
It's terrible.
God, I can't even concentrate thinking about him.
I know. Would you just stop?
I'm sorry.
Are you getting a little like moisture?
A little bit.
Wow,
he's kind of sexy.
All right. Calm down. Breathe.
He's like tall with like flowing hair.
Yes.
Actually, it's not really flowing. It's kind of like ratty almost.
He's a surfer yogi.
Yeah, he's like a surfer yogi.
Okay. Would you just stop before you get yourself into trouble?
With him?
I don't know.
I'm not going to get myself in trouble with anybody.
Okay, I'm just saying.
Pray for Debbie.
Okay, I'm just saying. I'm not. Wait, hold on. This isn't about me. It's about you. Pray for Sam. Pray for Sam. Pray for Samantha.
Pray for Sam.
Pray for Samantha.
Pray for Samantha's boyfriend.
It was. It felt good out there though.
Can we get like a hashtag? Pray for Sam's boyfriend.
Let's just do pray for Sam. Pray for Sam. Anyways.
So he's gorgeous.
Felt good.
He did. I mean,
cool ocean breezes. We were having fun. You know, we were like, you know, we're all, we had other friends out there.
It was actually a little windy and cold.
We were, the freaking, you were barely wearing anything like that didn't help.
I know. I wore like a sports bra and like really like booty shorts.
I mean, they're
because it was like summer and it's like beach yoga.
They were barely there.
Yeah, so I had to put like on a sweatshirt, and Danielle, who was there, who's a yogi that we know,
very beautiful woman.
She's fucking gorgeous, like shit.
Very beautiful.
I'd fuck her if I could.
Danielle, you hear that? Like, Danielle, are you listening?
Yeah, I hope you are. She had to buy a shirt because it was so cold.
Yeah. All right. Well, that was fun. Speaking of yoga, did you hear about the woman in Florida who stripped down naked in the middle of the street, started doing yoga, and she got arrested?
No. Is she related to you?
No.
Okay.
I do not have no. Let me see if I can find the story.
You don't have a meemaw that like
a meemaw? What's a meemaw?
I don't know. That's what my friend...
Oh no, it's not it was a young woman.
Oh, it was young. I thought it was like a grandma, like a meemaw.
No. A friend of mine sent this to me this morning. Would you like it? Didn't I sent this to you this morning. Did you look at her picture?
I did not look at the picture.
She's a looker, all right.
Is she?
Yes.
Is it bad?
You go to, here's a story. I sent it to you. If you go to Google, just search terms yoga strip Florida. That's it. Michelle Renee Cernak arrested over drugs after strip yoga in middle of road. And there's a mugshot of her. Not the most attractive. Yoga is a great way to keep fit, but doing it half naked in the middle of a road is a bit of a stretch. That's how police in Ocala, Florida first saw Michelle Renee Cernak, 51. All right, so she is a little older.
She's old.
Witnesses called police after they noticed Cernak doing yoga around 3:40 p.m.
So
just a few blocks from a middle school.
She just started doing yoga in the middle of the road.
In between stretches, she removed various bits of clothing and had her pant legs around her ankles by the time officers arrived. While Cernak was doing her stretches in the middle of the road, her gold Chevy GMC pickup truck was on the side of the road, still running.
She was running?
She was hopped up on she was hopped up on heroin.
Okay.
But I love that she was like, I'm going to
you love that she was hopped up on heroin?
No, I love that she was like, you know what? I can do this anywhere. Let's do it right here. Start doing I wonder what poses she was doing.
Okay, like, I can get down with, like, people just randomly doing yoga poses, but, like, if you're gonna be, stripping your clothes, which is, like, weird, because there possibly might be kids around, especially if she's, like, 1 mile from school.
The other night you were barely wearing anything,
I was wearing shorts and a fucking sweatshirt. It's completely different.
Okay, short. They're barely shorts, by the way, my friend.
They were, like, barely shorts, but they were still covering my fucking hoo-ha.
Yes, they were. I agree.
Yeah, okay. Like, could you see anything?
No, I did not see anything.
Exactly. So, I don't know. Like, how do you justify, like, a woman doing yoga
I don't say I justify it. I just say, all right, get down,
No, you don't get down.
Is this a crime? Is this truly a crime?
Yes.
How is this a crime?
Nakedness in public, whatever you fucking call
that. Is it a crime being naked?
Yes.
The way that you came into this world? Is it a crime?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Well, I guess in
there's
this country,
like a crime for like exposure. In
this country, it is. In Europe,
I've never gotten arrested for it, so I don't know.
Okay, thank God. Okay. All right. So you're not inspired by this woman. You're like, screw this.
No, I'm not inspired by her. Shit, keep your clothes on. You want to be naked? Find somebody to fuck.
Okay. All right. Everyone's saying you're tanked. You sound tanked.
Okay, well, just because I'm disagreeing with nakedness.
No, exactly. Yeah. All
I'm
right.
sorry. Like, I'm very passionate about the idea that if you're going to like lose your clothes,
right, it
should be for a good reason. So
what's a good reason?
If you're alone, home, where no children can see you with your fucking like significant other, that's like a fine reason. But like you said, she was losing her clothes like a mile from a school for no reason because she has been a heroin addict before. Right. Like, so, okay, that to me, like, I understand your goals of wanting to do yoga naked in the street. Like, I completely understand that. But like, kids can witness this. No. B, people could witness this. No. So
why didn't they mention which poses she was doing? I'm curious now. Being a practitioner
probably triangle, probably warrior, probably all like the usual ones.
Think so?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm
curious.
She was doing some weird like pretzel with her legs around.
I'm just curious. I
just like I think there's a time and a place for everything.
And that was not.
Yeah, probably not on a major highway.
Do you think her age has anything to do with this? If she was like hot and 23, do you think they would have maybe been like, they would have laughed it off?
No, I don't think so.
You don't think so?
No, I don't actually.
Okay.
I think that they might have let her go for like maybe a minute more.
Oh, right. To be like,
but like, but like, it's just wrong. Like, you shouldn't be, it's exposing yourself.
Right. I thought you were more liberal than this. I'm
like a fucking huge liberal.
I'm disappointed.
I'm like a huge liberal. Like, I'm about as left wing as they come.
Not gonna lie.
When it comes to nakedness,
I don't know if we can continue.
What?
I don't know if we can do this anymore.
Okay.
Your views on...
if it was a naked man, would you agree with me?
No.
Wait.
Oh, wait, yes.
Yeah, you would. I mean, you would. You would.
Did I meant yes.
Exactly. So you just like seeing naked women.
That's disgusting.
You just like naked women.
Dude's schlong hanging out. Like,
all
hairy.
They have naked yoga. Like,
oh, yeah, I wanted to talk about this. There is a studio close by.
Yes.
It is run by a friend of ours.
Yes.
And I think the first Sunday of every month, they do a nude yoga class.
Yes, they do.
And I joked about it. I was like, hey, you want to go?
I'm not going with you.
I know I'm not going either. I don't know. But apparently it's been very popular.
It has been, apparently.
That's what I've been hearing.
I talked to her the other day.
Really?
Yes.
And I think that's great, which is like, maybe this woman's inspiring. Why not? Why not? Who needs the restriction of garments and clothing? Why not? The ultimate in freedoms. Strip down and, get your yoga on. There's nothing wrong with that. But you're saying don't do it outside. All right. I'm all right. It's cool.
I feel like there's a time and a place for it.
There is.
I feel like there's a time and a place for nakedness.
There is. I inquired further into this just out of curiosity.
Obviously, because you love women.
Well, no, I think there are dudes that show up as well.
Hashtag.
And, it's a darkened room. I believe it's candlelit. So, when you get on that mat, you're supposed to focus on yourself. Now you were laughing at everybody else while we were at this said beach yoga class.
Okay, can we
You were making fun of the woman behind you.
Can we talk about this beach yoga class?
You were kicking me.
Okay, so in this beach yoga class, we're like doing yoga, whatever.
We are. It's all very clean.
We go into down dog.
Yes.
Which, if you're not familiar with it, is a pose where you're like
face down, ass up,
face down, ass up, but you're like basically in a V with your ass in the air, your hands planted into the earth, your head between your elbows, staring at your navel.
Yes, ideally,
or anywhere behind you,
right.
And there was this fucking woman behind me who's
don't come down on her.
I'm not. Don't. She was there, so I'm totally impressed by that.
Absolutely.
But like
very beautiful woman, very beautiful.
Yeah, she was. No, I don't know if I went that far. She was exceptional.
Okay.
In her beginner practice, but for some reason, every time she tried to get into a downward dog, she just like wasn't feeling it. And when she was,
not everyone's as flexible as you are.
When she was,
not coming down.
Okay. God, shit, basics. She wasn't wearing the correct sports bra.
Was that your issue?
Yes.
What was wrong with this sports bra?
Okay, shit. She was easily like a double D fucking bra size.
Okay.
And she clearly wasn't wearing a double D bra size.
Do I sense a little jealousy here?
No, I don't sense a double D. I don't sense a little jealousy. I sense a little like, I would get my fucking head between my arms.
Right.
And like, I would look back at her and her tits were like fucking hanging everywhere. And I was
wait, hold on. Like,
they were sloppy looking.
They were hanging. Were they really? Because I didn't see this.
So, that's the idea.
I was focused on my own practice. Concentrating on myself.
You were not focused on your own practice. You were focused on fucking me and Danielle.
I was not. Absolutely not.
Lies.
Absolutely
you told me
not.
That.
This did not happen. Anybody listening, do not listen to that. That never happened.
So I tried to like nudge Ming halfway the practice to show him this because I am a terrible person.
You are. This is,
and
I don't know if I could do this anymore.
And I finally gave up on it. And after the practice, I was like, Ming, Did you see that chick like directly behind me with these huge ass titties? Like could not contain them, and he's like, "No, man, I was focused on you and Danielle."
I know. Okay, maybe did I say that?
Yes.
I don't remember saying that.
Yes.
I said it in jest.
Yes.
I was joking around.
You said it in truth.
I was joking around.
You said it in truth. You said it in truth. I was joking around.
I did not. I was not serious when I said that. And if you're listening to this, don't believe that. She's lying.
I'm not lying.
She's totally lying. You're a liar.
I'm a dirty
You're not liar. You're not a liar. I may have said that, but it was in jest.
Oh yeah.
I was kidding.
In jest.
I was kidding. So wait, how bad was it? Did you see nips?
God, it was.
You saw nips?
Almost. It was huge.
Almost. If you don't see nips, it doesn't count.
It was huge.
If you don't see nipple, don't count.
It was huge. And I'm just like, okay, I have no problem with that. Like, shit, if you want to expose your breasts, that's your big deal.
There's nothing wrong with that.
I get it, but like I work for a yoga retailer who sells sports bras. So I'm like, man, shit, honey, I can get you into a sports bra that like fits you.
Okay. Well, you should have tried the pitch. It's like, hey.
We were at Lululemon Yoga.
All right, you didn't want to cock block.
I mean, like shit, they have plenty of sports bras she could have had.
They do. Go
there. Go anywhere. Just, man, cover those suckers up because.
All right. Okay. I'm just making sure.
Dogs were howling.
What does that mean?
That they were exposed.
Oh, her dogs? Is that why your dogs were howling? I never heard that. Is that some kind of weird 40s term?
I've heard it before.
I never heard of. Like getaway sticks. You know what getaway sticks are?
No, what are getaway sticks?
Those are a woman's legs. Like nice getaway sticks. Never heard that?
Ooh, I like that.
It's from the 40s.
I like that.
From the 40s. It's one of my favorite terms.
Getaway sticks.
Yeah. Like, when I compliment, I use that term a lot.
Like, because women are constantly running away from you.
Yeah. It's like nice getaway sticks because they're getting away. Yes.
That woman did tell me that I had like the nicest legs she'd ever seen.
Who said that?
That Spanish woman who did a headstand.
Oh yeah.
She was like, "You have the nicest legs I've ever seen."
You got like a very I was just like, hey, nice getaway sticks.
I was like, "Bitch, you cry," but like seriously, give me a hug.
Yeah, she did come up and tell you that. Yeah,
she was like fantastic.
There's there's a very sweet Hispanic woman. I see her at I go to a lot of the free classes on Sundays. Yes. I see her there at every class. Her and her husband. Awesome people.
Yeah.
But I thought that was funny. She came up. She really.
She was like,
hey man. No, she wasn't like that.
She really wanted to do like a forearm stand. Right. And Brett, the instructor, helped her do it.
Right.
And
afterwards.
And we like congratulated her, like, awesome, blah blah. It was amazing. It was a great, like, I remember my first like assisted handstand. And she came over after and she's like, "Oh, thank you so much. You have like the most amazing legs I've ever seen." I was like, "Oh, shucks, shit. Thank you." But like, you're crazy because my thighs are like, whoa.
Well, hold on. What did you complain about your thighs?
Because they're like jiggly.
Get the fuck out of here. Is that what you think? You might have your thighs are fine. Take it from me. A connoisseur.
Are you looking at my thighs, Ming?
No, I absolutely not.
So then how would you know?
Absolutely. I'm just saying you're a nut. You're a nut. But
so you were at a barbecue this weekend?
What, do you want to talk about that, or do you want to talk about, like, since we are differing viewpoints right now, of wildly different viewpoints of
I just want to talk about Rob Bruce.
There are some people who are not happy with you on Twitter.
Oh, cool shit! People aren't happy with me on Twitter all the time.
Of maybe of how you're podcasting. Maybe they're upset with your views.
I'm a dirty whore. I'm a home wrecker.
Well, and I actually haven't seen those lately.
I haven't. I don't have eyebrows. Apparently.
Well, okay, there is that.
Despite the
there's that. That one I don't get.
Things right here.
Yeah, that one I don't get.
And apparently last week I talked too much.
Yeah, where is this guy who's like freaking? He's upset with you. I'm not going to mention his name.
He was just like, I'm really upset about how you
yes,
talk.
Here it is. At the Zen Librarian, which is your Twitter handle, which if you want to tweet in a complaint or a compliment at the Zen Librarian, right now, we'll read it right now. And I'm at Ming-Chen37. You were unbelievably annoying this week on the S&M show. Ming couldn't say 3 words without you interrupting him. SMH, smack my head. What's up with that? How do you answer these allegations, Samantha Q?
I was unaware that Ming Chen had any fans that actually wanted to hear what he says.
I got a dude giving me, defending me.
Seriously, there's a dude right there that like clearly like is just like, oh man, like Ming Chen, like I gotta hear what he says. Like you have like a fucking girl interrupting you about sleeping naked, and he's like, man. Let Ming Chen finish.
Right.
I was like, are you serious?
Then he tweets, tell him Steve Dave, how are you around the annoying librarian without catching a violent court case?
Oh, I didn't get that one. He must have just sent that one to you.
No, this is when he said, at Ming Chen 37, after listening to you this week's S&M show, it's the last I'll ever listen to. Sam is the most annoying person in the world.
Oh,
Part 2. She interrupted you every 3 seconds with something stupid to say. No more S&M show for me sucks because I used to love it. F Sam. That's harsh.
I was unaware that like, I ever haven't interrupted you. And like clearly.
Just for the record.
Clearly this guy masturbates to your face. So good for him.
Ew.
Good for him.
Ew. Do you think he does? Is he like sitting there with this, like, it's in his hand and he's like, Ming.
I don't know. Ming, do you want to talk for 20 minutes so he can finish? Go ahead.
No, I don't. I want you interrupting me. I just for the record, I endorse you interrupting me every 3 seconds.
I was like, I read that. I was like,
what's the first thought that goes through your head? You read that?
The first thought that went through my head was I wanted to respond, but clearly he wasn't worthy.
Okay, good. You're taking a page out of my book. You learned from what I said last week. Good.
And I mean, like, there are some people who, like, I really feel they need to fight with. And some people who I don't.
Right.
So you have to be, like, a really, like, it actually isn't even based on what you say. It's based on how I feel.
Right.
So I have to actually be in a special mood to like fucking really acknowledge your hater message.
Okay.
So I wasn't actually in the mood. And when I read his tweet, I was just like, dude, like, okay, so the last show, like I interrupted Ming when he wanted to talk about beer pong and I wanted to talk about sleeping naked.
Yes.
So clearly, if you're bitching about that, then clearly you have a hard on for Ming Chen. And you know nothing about a naked woman. That's kind of actually how I felt.
Is that your rebuttal?
That's actually kind of how I felt about it.
Sam, show him your rebuttal.
You should actually just fuck a woman instead of fucking yourself.
I like this.
That's how I feel about that.
I like this. Love it. All right, right on.
But speaking of haters, you got like the fucking grand slam of them this week.
Did I? Well, here's the thing.
You did.
Here's the thing. Are you ready for a story, my friends?
I am ready for a story.
Okay. So, I ran a 5-mile race on Saturday.
An amazing 5-mile race, actually.
I did. Yeah.
It was hot.
It was very, the climate was not conducive to running. Ran with our friend, AJ.
AJ, she's an amazing girl.
She is. There is no one nicer than her. I've never met a soul.
There really actually isn't.
It's nicer. We've been friends for over 2 years.
She used to dance for the New Jersey Devils.
She did, which, hey, I'm like, really? Like, that's cool, man.
Exactly.
As a Devils fan.
Exactly. As a Devils fan, I actually love that about the Devils because of her. She's fantastic. She's beautiful. She's actually, honestly, not even saying this to just like promote her. She's the best person I know.
I agree.
If I'm ever in a bad mood, if I ever need like a positive outlook on something, I text her first for it. And if I ever like have some good news, like my promotion, me getting a job somewhere, me, something good happening to me, I text AJ first because she's like literally the best person I know to give me like the best feedback.
She is. Absolutely. She is. We've been friends for a couple of years now. I've met her mom. I think her mom likes me.
Her mother is fantastic. I love her mother.
Yeah. Her dad is an amazing person. I've hung out with him. We've gone to hockey games together.
Yes.
We have hung out.
My father wants to golf with you, by the way.
I know. My golf game is not strong.
It's fine. Either is.
But watching hockey, like I'll do that with anybody. So we're good. We're friends. So, she's been going through some shit, physically.
Yeah.
And,
but she's beautiful and we love her.
Love her to death. And, a few months ago, she probably couldn't even run a mile. Just, that's how bad things were. And this time, it's like, I want to run, there's a 5-mile race coming up.
I want to run.
She's training for a half marathon. That is 13.1 miles for all of those who don't know.
Right. And I'm like, all right, I'll run with you.
Yes.
It's it'll be easier, more fun, whatever, more motivational. I'll totally run with you. Let's do it. So we ran the race. She did amazing.
She did.
I know it was very hot out.
She loved it.
It was very hot out. I know there was a couple of times, especially near the end, where it wasn't that fun. It wasn't as fun as it was in the beginning. And I'm like, let's keep going. Let's keep going. We're almost done. Let's I didn't say that, but by me me running, you want to keep going.
She kept running.
She did. She did amazing. And, took photos, of course, like the beginning,
obviously,
before and after, put them up on Instagram.
And she was fantastic, and she finished the race. And
she did.
I honestly
did amazing.
I honestly couldn't be more proud of her.
Yeah, especially after all she's gone through.
I saw her about 2 or 3 days before the run. Mm-hmm. She sold me the shirt that I'm wearing.
Did you? Not very nice. Very
exactly.
Nice. Very beautiful.
And I couldn't be more proud of one of my friends. Who took up running because she's awesome.
Right. And I'm sure you're a runner.
Exactly.
I'm sure she was inspired by you greatly. You were you're a person a lot of people point to.
Yeah.
When they mention that they want to run or they are running or you were listed as someone who's hardcore.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was fun. But I did post
spent a year working with every one of those people, and they inspired me to do yoga.
Right.
I inspired them to run.
Yes, you did. So it's never a bad thing. Inspiring
exactly.
People
No.
Never.
Running actually kind of sucks.
Oh, really?
I'm not even gonna lie. Like
it does suck.
Shit, running sucks. And everyone actually always laughs. Like, oh, I've never seen a happy runner. The other day, I was running in Atlantic Highlands, and I happened to be running through the marina, and I think it was Pharrell Williams' "Happy" that came on, which I'm not.
You have that in your playlist. It's the most cliche song in the world.
I do, actually. I'm not happy to say that this was the song that was playing.
Okay.
But like, I was running, and I happened to sing every song that comes on.
Okay.
And people were like, I happened to notice people were like pointing at me, like, "Oh, look at this like happy girl running." And I'm like, I mean, even like in Wednesday night yoga, Brett mentioned how you never see a happy runner.
He did mention that, yes.
He did, and it struck me as insulting, actually, when he said it, because when I run, I try and smile the entire time I'm running.
I am not smiling.
I actually do. And especially, like, I was running the marina, and when I hit the marina, I was probably at about 2 miles of like a 3.5 mile run. And that was when my endorphins kicked in.
Yes.
So, like, I was, like, super fucking happy. Like, I was, like, singing. I was, like, bopping around. At that point, that specific day, I was running with a dog next to me.
Okay.
So, like, that, like, amped me up. Like, I was running with a dog for the first time in my goddamn life. And she was, like, responding.
Wow, you're so passionate about this.
I'm passionate about running. She was responding to everything I did, and she did phenomenally for the first time she's ever ran with a runner. I was like I was like super excited about the entire run. So when I was running through the marina, I was singing. I was bobbing my head kind of back and forth, and I was like dancing.
I'm happy.
I was like dancing, and I noticed like a bunch of people like pointing at me and smiling. And my headphones are low enough that I can hear people talking, because I want to hear like cars if they beep at me. And I noticed people saying, like, look at how happy she looks.
Right.
And it makes me happy, because people need to know that running is the miserable experience that they think it is.
Yes, it is.
Yeah. No, it's not.
People talk about that, the runner's high.
I was like...
This is for you, Samantha.
I was like, seriously, like, shouting out people.
Okay. Were you like pointing at people? Like, you're
a little bit,
You're nuts.
a little bit, actually.
You're freaking nuts. There's a thing called the runner's high that some people get, like endorphins and some shit. I've never felt it.
Never. You've run marathons and you've never.
No.
In 26 miles, you've never felt
God.
that. Are you serious?
I'm absolutely serious.
My first marathon, I think I ran the entire thing on fucking runner's endorphins.
Well, God bless you.
Oh my
So
God.
you asked me.
Shit, like I almost cried the other day. It was 3 miles. I almost cried at how beautiful.
Yeah, but you cry at everything. So.
I do, but like still, it was a beautiful feeling.
You cried
You're telling me
everything.
like in 26.1 miles, you couldn't find the time to fucking shed some tears?
The beginning, you're really nervous. So you just kind of, and then starting, you just gotta go because it's the beginning. And then you kind of hit the middle.
I have a totally different runner's experience.
And you kind of hit the middle, and then you were like, "Fuck, I want this to be over with." Like absolutely. And then you kind of limp to the end, and then you're done.
I have a totally different marathon experience than you. I feel so bad.
Yeah, I mean,
can you do me a favor?
Yes.
Can you sign up for like the Philly marathon?
Sure. Why are you doing it?
No, but like I feel like if you don't,
why don't you do it with me? If
you don't have the marathon experience that I do, that like
I not so far.
Okay, so my first marathon was the Philly marathon.
Okay.
I was super nervous about it.
Okay.
My boyfriend at the time was this beautiful kid named Tony.
Okay.
Who he was phenomenal.
Okay.
And he really actually he really strengthened my running. And so he drove me. We got we got a hotel outside of Philly. Drove me to Philly the day of.
Okay.
And we hit traffic. Obviously,
sure,
all the fucking roads were closed.
Okay.
So he was like, I don't know if we had plans to meet certain mile markers.
Right.
And he's like, I don't know if I'm going to see you at mile 1. And I was like, it's okay. I understand. I'm just going to hop out of the car, run to the fucking start line so I can get there. So I got to the start line.
Wow, all right, you're cutting it close here, my friend.
So I got to the start line about like less than 5 minutes before they started. So I had time to warm up.
Okay.
We started walking up in our corrals.
Right. What was your song for the marathon? Did you have one?
I had a lot.
Pharrell Williams. There was no Pharrell back then, but
actually I did. I had on my playlist a song called "Go the Distance."
Okay.
It's from the movie Hercules.
Oh yeah, you've mentioned this.
Yeah, and the whole song is about like a hero's welcome right where I belong, and like I can go the distance. And like I put it on my playlist as kind of a joke.
Okay.
And so I get to the start line. The bell goes off for the first corral to go, and we're walking. Do you actually have this song? Stop.
Continue. Pay no attention to the music.
I'm gonna cry. So we're walking up, and the corral of people that they added from New York was right next to us.
Okay.
And it was sad walking by them because they were all cheering for you. And later, I actually watched the video of them taking off, and they
was it set to this song? This song's very like
no.
What's the word? Cheesy.
Yeah, cheesy.
Yeah.
They played Frank Sinatra's "New York, New York."
Oh, okay, that's cool.
Right when they took off, and I actually cried watching that. But can you stop me?
No, I'm not stopping this.
So I ran for about a mile, and right before a mile, I happened to see my boyfriend at the time waiting exactly where he said he'd be.
And did you lose it? You lost it. You told the story.
I did. I lost it. I actually held it together until I saw him.
Right.
And then the minute I passed...
Well, I can see this song would make me cry too.
No. I hadn't heard the song. So I put it on my playlist. So the minute I saw him, I lost it. Kind of cried. I saw him at mile 6.
Right.
And mile 13 as well. Because he planned it, so he walked to all of them.
I'll put this on my playlist. My running playlist.
You should actually.
I want to do it.
It's a really good song.
I see that. I'm playing it right now.
So I ran the entire marathon. I cried a few times. Like I got like teary-eyed.
Maybe it's not a problem. I'm not crying enough.
Well, I got like teary-eyed because like it was my first marathon, and this was like something.
Does this song get like any more? Does it start kicking up at all?
It does. So so I accomplished something.
You did.
So okay, about the song. I put the song on as like a joke. And okay, so
and it was no joke.
No, a marathon is 26.1 miles.
And I've not felt the high. No.
Maybe. At 25 miles in the Philly marathon, you hit the bottom of a hill, and you.
When do you hit the Rocky statue? When's that?
13.
Okay. All right.
So at 25 miles, actually 25 miles, you basically hit the Rocky statue again.
Okay.
but you hit this. I can't even focus with this fucking shit behind me. So I put this song on my playlist about like a hero's welcome right where you belong, and at 25 miles. You start climbing a hill to the end of the marathon.
Okay.
You have to climb a hill. It's the worst part of it. At the end of running like 26 miles, like you want to fucking run this like mild hill up, but you have to. So I'm running it. And I remember at 24 miles, I text my boyfriend at Tony. And I text him and I was like, I'm going to fucking make this. And he texted me back.
Wait,
like,
you texted while you were running?
I did. Okay. I had my phone with me because I run with my phone. It's my music. And he texted me back and he's like, of course you are. And I was super excited. I was like, I'm going to be there in like 10 minutes.
Right.
And I started climbing this hill and it was like some weird Rihanna song. And it fucking translated into this, like, I have my headphones on, and it translated into this Hercules, I Can Go the Distance song. And I remember I left it on for like a solid about 5 fucking seconds. And it starts going off, and I was like, no, I can't even do this. Threw the headphones off, wrapped them around my neck, and just continued the entire way.
All right, that is not...
Crying my eyes out, because this song was so fucking beautiful. I see Cried that. My eyes out. High-five the mayor, Mayor Nutter. I know, like, right. What a fucking name. High-five Mayor Nutter of Philadelphia. And, started to cry, like sob profusely.
You're looking about to cry right now.
I know, because you never forget your first fucking marathon. Like, you never do.
Yeah,
like,
you're right
if I was talking about my second one, like, it wouldn't...
You're right about that.
It wouldn't, like, make me want to cry, but, like, my first marathon, like... If you're a runner, shit, run one.
Yeah. Anyways, back to my story. Posted Instagram photo of me and AJ.
Yes, you're running.
It set off some kind of weird Instagram firestorm.
Okay, AJ's hot. Let's just say that.
Was it because she was attractive that it set off this firestorm? It was me and some dude.
It was okay. Like AJ's hot. She's hotter than me. She's hotter than most people.
Give yourself some credit, my friend. But yeah, she's very beautiful. Yes.
Yeah.
It set off some kind of weird firestorm, and I thought it was a sad display of. Just a sad display.
Yeah.
What? Just because she's hot, like that's.
So let's go into this for.
You saw the photo?
Yes, I did.
You said
I actually saw all the messages too because
and your thoughts? You saw the messages?
So you posted a photo with you.
I did.
AJ.
It was a try.
And AJ's a beautiful fucking.
I thought it was
a
uplifting moment. 5 miles, not a distance a lot of people run.
No.
And especially after all she's been through. Triumphant moment.
So it wasn't even the triumph, the finale. It was the first picture before the race that you posted.
Right. You saw the photo. Inappropriate?
No, not at all.
Absolutely not.
I mean, AJ is a beautiful girl.
She is.
People latched onto that, and we got a lot of pray for Debbie's hashtag.
Right.
And then a lot of people took that and like ran with it like, oh man, like I bet fucking Debbie Chen is taking this picture and blah, blah, blah. Like a lot of negative shit about your wife.
Sure.
A lot of negative shit about you. A lot of negative shit about AJ.
Right.
And like, I remember it was like fucking like 18 comments deep, 20 something comments deep when I fucking read it. And I was just like, are you serious?
Yeah, it's sad, right?
Like,
it's a sad display.
I really like, the first person I felt bad for was AJ.
Yes.
Because like she's like an innocent bystander. Like she
absolutely.
I know that people think I'm a home wrecking whore.
You've accepted this role.
People have told me that, so I'm like okay with it. Okay. But like AJ is like an innocent person who doesn't think anything nasty ever happens in the world.
Right. It
and
does,
like
sadly.
she's fucking tagged in this picture and people are like, oh, you're like a home wrecking bitch, like blah blah blah. And I was like, okay, that's the first thing, like fuck you. Yeah. Like she's not. The second thing was like, oh, I bet Debbie Chen's taking this picture.
Right.
Like, fuck you.
Yes.
Like, fuck you too. Like, if Debbie Chen's taking the picture, clearly, like, what you think Ming has a gun to her head.
Right.
A, she wasn't. B, if she was, I'm sure it wasn't forceful.
This is why I'm friends with you.
Sorry, I hate haters.
Listen, you want to get on my dick? Get on my dick.
Yeah.
I prefer you get off my dick, but get on my dick. But
Exactly.
don't bring my friends in this.
Exactly.
Don't bring my friends and family in
Exactly.
this.
Like Ming.
I will kill you.
I
will kill you.
Ming happens to be friends with a lot of beautiful women, and I joke around about it, but like,
and a lot of beautiful men. Let's make it fair.
Shit, like Brett's a beautiful man.
Yes, he's a friend of mine.
I happen to be a woman that people have called into question about your pictures. And you were at a picnic this week where I was brought up and your wife was there with you, correct?
Yes.
And what did she say?
What did my wife say?
About me. That you told me that your wife said about me.
I don't know. What did she say? What are you talking about?
She said she liked the red streak.
Oh, no. It was Rob Bruce's wife who said that.
Okay, Rob Bruce.
Yes.
Yeah.
I was at a picnic. I was at barbecue.
Your wife knows who I am.
She does.
Because I met her.
You have met, yes.
Does she hate me?
No.
Exactly.
No.
Exactly.
Who could hate you?
Exactly.
Well, actually, I guess there's some people out there.
Well, yeah, there's plenty of people that would hate me. Your wife is like a sweetheart.
She is.
I love her.
I love her as well.
And she is not a nasty person
No,
at
she
all.
is not. She's not.
Exactly. She doesn't hate you hanging out with people?
No, obviously not.
Exactly. And to me, like, all these people who are like, oh, like, Debbie Jen's probably taking the photo. Like, meanwhile, like, I'm thinking, like, no, Debbie's probably at home with the kids.
She's in Wildwood. She was in Wildwood this week.
I knew she was in Wildwood this week, and, like, it, like, made me laugh because, like, I knew she was in Wildwood.
Yes.
But, like, I guess that's what you get when you're, like, insider.
Right.
You know, like, I'm sitting here, like, knowing that your wife is in Wildwood with the kids.
Yes.
I don't think it's necessarily bad that you're not there because you're filming the show. This was, like, during the week. You were filming Monday through Friday.
Yes.
And, like, you went down.
I did go down.
As soon as the race ended to visit your fucking family.
I did go down.
And it kills me. Like, it fucking kills me when people say that and they, like, bring me up.
What are you going to do?
Because I just want to fight with them, but I won't.
Yeah. No, it's not worth it.
No, it's not because they're idiots.
Sorry. Just get off my dick, man.
I know. I agree.
Yeah.
I agree completely.
Or not. Whatever. I don't care.
Well, you know, like, haters are nice.
Don't bring freaking AJ into this.
No, and that was the thing I felt bad for because, like, I podcast with you once a week.
You do.
You
know what you're getting into.
Exactly.
You can take this is why I have you here.
I like legitimately not signed, but like signed a will. Basically about this, that like I understand like that people are fucking morons.
Yes.
And I feel bad.
Sad state of affairs.
I feel bad when like somebody that you post a picture with that is like called into this, especially somebody as fucking good hearted as AJ is like brought into this like, oh, you're a home-wrecking whore. Like AJ's nothing of that.
No.
She's like a beautiful girl who is like the most innocent person I've ever met.
I believe so, yes. Yeah. She's awesome. Anyways, all right, rant off.
Rant off. But I got a rant as well.
Yes.
Apparently I was called annoying this week.
Yeah, you know, the whole, apparently.
Haters.
Well, you can deal with it. That's why I have you here. There are a lot of people who can't deal with it.
Yeah.
So that's
it's just funny because apparently the rant was I talk too much and you didn't get a word in edgewise. And I've never seen that before. Somebody that like really wants on your dick so much that they want to hear you talk.
Right. I got nothing to say. I got nothing. I got nothing inspiring to say.
I had nothing to say to that either. I was just like, shit, if you want to go home and listen to Ming talk.
Exactly. You want to start a new segment on the show? This is called Samantha Q's movie review of the week. And I have one here.
Yes.
We went to go see Dawn of the Planet of the Apes.
Oh my god!
And
fantastic.
And you did not see Rise of the Planet of the Apes.
Yeah, I actually.
And I had not seen it as well. But
have you seen the original? Like,
yes, I have.
The 80s.
Charlton Heston. 80s, freaking 60s, 70s, man. Yeah,
that's what I meant.
Yeah,
70s.
I have. Great movie. Really good movie.
I haven't.
It's on Netflix, I believe.
I haven't. I've never had any interest in watching Planet of the Apes.
Okay. You're a little older than I am. Even I missed it.
I'm a little older than you are.
Or you're a little young. I'm a little older than you.
Yeah, who's been drinking all day?
You apparently like.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, I love it.
What are you talking about?
Nice. Good movie. But it even came after my time.
Yes.
So I caught it later on.
Yes.
A lot of the guys who grew up here in Jersey, they would. There used to be a thing called the 4:30 movie. And that's where most kids saw Planet of the Apes. They would show it on the 4:30 movie. I did not grow up here, so I missed out on the 4:30 movie.
I deliberately chose not to actually watch any of the Planet of the Apes movies.
Yeah.
I'm just like not really big into like, okay, I'm big into dystopian societies, but like, I mean, like, okay, I told Ming after the show, we have like the zombie apocalypse, we have the robo apocalypse, we have like the fucking virus apocalypse.
We do.
Ape apocalypse is like too much for me. Like
too much apocalypse for you. Too much
I
negativity.
Fucking wrap my head around that.
All right,
and that was a few years ago.
Okay,
when the James Franco Rise of Planet.
You had no interest apparently.
I had no interest to watch it.
Me either.
So
I saw there was on the trailer there were apes like taking over the Golden Gate Bridge. I thought that looked cool.
Yeah, I thought
other than that,
fine.
I was like,
I'm like a big fan of James Franco. I actually think, regardless of anything people say, that he's a phenomenal actor. I really think that he, like, if he dedicated himself, he could be Oscar worthy.
He doesn't have to dedicate himself.
No,
he's doing fine just by not.
I think he's I think he's a phenomenal actor.
He's doing fine by sitting home, smoking weed and acting when he has to.
But like, I mean, like, I think like the movies he's picking are a little like under his acting ability. Regardless, I think that he's a phenomenal actor. I knew that he wasn't in the second one, but I knew that he was in the first one. So Ming asked me, like, hey, my wife is in Wild Blood this weekend.
Just make it sound so dirty. Let's go to the movies.
Let's go to the movie.
I wanted to see the Apes movie. I didn't want to go by myself.
You have nothing else to do. So let's go see the Apes movie. So we agreed to go.
Right. But you were like, wait a minute. I didn't see the first one. Do I need to see the first one? I'm like, what's there to know? Like, man fucks. My verbatim, man fucks up. Apes take over. What's there to know? You're
exactly.
Like, all right, I'm in.
So I was like, okay, fuck it. If you think that you're cool, I think I'm cool.
Yes.
So we go to the movie.
Mm-hmm.
And you got like a serious fan.
We're buying the tickets, and the dude behind us was like, "Holy shit!"
He like
was he like
he
that?
Like creamed himself.
He felt a little wet.
He was like, "Oh my god, you're Ming Chen from Comic Book Men. Oh my god, where are my friends?"
Yes. Oh yeah. He's like, I don't know. Like they ditched him.
Yeah, like he was apparently buying tickets for everyone, I guess.
Right. Nice guy. And he was like, can I get a picture of them? Oh, yeah, sure.
So I took the picture.
Yeah, thank you very much. Like I hate making
no, that's no problem. But I always wonder if when people see you and me out together, if they think like we're a couple. Like,
I don't think so.
If
I don't think so. You know why? I was like, him. You see what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
If they think like, I mean, if they know you, if they know you, clearly they know you're married. Which like I don't wear a ring on my finger because I'm not married.
You're not married.
No,
so I think
I wonder if they like wonder if I'm your girlfriend or your like side mistress, or if I just don't wear a ring and I'm your wife.
I don't think so.
So,
although I guess it's natural to assume.
Yeah, exactly. Like, who's this girl with Ming Chen? Like, you know, is that?
No, I don't think it's like.
Is that Debbie?
I think maybe they look at you, TV, man.
Like I could, I could only. I think they wish that I'm.
I think they
Chen.
look at you. Like I wish I was on TV.
Exactly.
Right. You know what I'm saying?
So we go see this movie.
Right.
And what did you think of it?
I thought it was fantastic from beginning to end. I thought it was great. I thought this is all going to be spoiler free, but there's an opening scene with kind of like a hunt. I'm like, oh my god, this looks amazing.
Did you see me at all during the movie?
What do you mean? No, I was paying attention to the movie.
Okay.
For the record, we're sitting the theater we go to, big ass recliners. Out. I was almost sold out, but they had these big ass recliners where you can recline your seat, and they're huge.
Huge.
They're huge, and we're not huge. So like we got all the space to spread out.
So we have like 9 feet in between
us. Yeah, there's nothing.
So there's
I didn't even know you were there.
There's a scene during the movie that the main character, Caesar, obviously the monkey.
Right, don't give it away.
I'm not giving anything away.
But something happens.
Something happens with Caesar, obviously the main character. That is shocking. That like I legitimately like curled up in a ball and was like, oh my god. And like
I did see that.
Yeah, okay.
I did see that part.
I like really like recoiled into myself, and like it actually shocked me when I was there because I didn't think that was possible.
Right.
Like
you got into the movie.
Okay, but
you had no expectations. This is great. Yeah, you probably had no expectations going in, right?
But like, okay, they're not real monkeys. Like they're not.
It's all freaking mocap.
They're CGI. That's like Andy Serkis.
Andy Serkis mocap. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So it's Andy Serkis. I know Andy Serkis from
Lord of the Rings.
King
Kong.
I know Andy Serkis, his face from like The Prestige. He was in that. He was a minor character.
Good pull.
He was a minor character in The Prestige, and he was a phenomenal character.
Yes, he was.
And you could see his face. Right. You could see his acting.
Yes.
Briefly. Very briefly. Right. Like, he's legitimately pulled into The Prestige because he's a well-known actor, not well enough known to be necessarily billed. He's also, like, a computerized actor.
Right.
So, like, literally just pulled his name, grabbed him, and he's an actor. So I think of Andy Serkis as coming down like the hill in The Prestige, being like, oh, Tesla's not available now. And, you know, like, that's how I think of him.
Wow, this is a good pull from you.
So thinking about him is like Gollum.
Right.
Thinking about him as King Kong. Thinking about him as Caesar is like weird to me.
Yeah, well, I mean, you don't even know it's him, though.
No, you don't. Good. But, like, I watched a David Letterman thing with him, and, like, he showed, like, what he does to act out those characters, and, like, it was really phenomenal.
He's sitting in, like, a room. It's all blue and shit.
Yeah.
And he's got it's crazy.
Basically. And, like, he like, literally, in this interview with David Letterman, went from Gollum, like, in the same speech, went from Gollum to King Kong to Caesar, which King Kong to Caesar is, like, a little obvious.
They're both, like,
eight monkeys.
Simians. Yeah, they're both simians.
So from going to Gollum to them is like, but like, he did it so convincingly that while I was watching him, I was like, he's King Kong. Wait, no, he's Caesar.
It's like, this guy deserves an Oscar.
And he's fantastic. And the problem, like you just said, is he's probably never going to get that Oscar.
After this, maybe he will.
I don't think so.
Maybe he will. Spoiler free, did you like the movie?
Loved it.
I know you had no expectations going.
Loved it. I had actually really low expectations going into it, and it.
Did you watch the trailer? Anything?
No.
Oh, so you knew nothing.
Nope, I knew nothing.
That's the best thing then. When you go to a movie like that.
And then I went home and I wanted to watch the James Franco version.
Right.
And I was like really too lazy to rent it.
Right. But
so I went home and it happened 2 days later to be like playing on FX right when I got home. And I watched the entire movie on FX. It wasn't as bad as you made it sound.
I didn't think it was. I didn't think it was great.
Yeah, you were like, "Oh, it's a little boring. It's like really good, just prequel."
Well, I was glad we saw Dawn first.
Yeah,
because I could watch Rise as sort of a prequel, as taking it as sort of a prequel.
And which it always was a prequel, though, because it was a prequel to Planet of the Apes.
I suppose, but it they showed it first, so it wasn't technically. But it was kind of fun watching the better one first, though. That's what I'm saying.
I disagree with you. I really liked, not that I liked Planet or
Rise,
Dawn more.
Right.
I did like Dawn more. I liked Rise in the fact that it established who Caesar was and why he was the way he was. The thing that I really hated about Dawn was the lack of James Franco, actually.
Really?
I really thought after watching Rise, he was a seriously strong character.
He was like James Franco.
I mean, no. He was a seriously strong character. I liked who he was. I liked the reasons why he did things. I liked like his outlook on Caesar and the other monkeys.
Right. Yeah.
But I understand why he wasn't even mentioned. Despite the fact that he was mentioned.
If there were
which he didn't know about.
Watching the beginning of Dawn, I was like, is this gonna, they're kind of they're doing like sign language and stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, is this the whole movie? Like, are there gonna be no humans? Like, I would watch this with no humans in it. But, of course they showed up, so.
Well, it was.
I totally would have.
It was funny too because, I mean, after the monkeys, the apes had it. And like they really control the role, which is odd because when you think of like CGI and you think of like characters dressed in CGI, you don't think they could like completely like.
Yeah.
I mean, and that I guess was the same thing that happened with Avatar. Like, you don't think that somebody who's like playing a CGI role
can like actually be a character, right?
Yeah, be the character because they're playing a character who's who's real, but to them is just a bunch of sensors on their body.
Yeah.
So watching Rise and then watching Dawn, Caesar, the thing I hated about Rise after I watched it was Caesar actually seemed less strong.
Right.
Obviously, because that's what established his power. So, but the whole ending scene with him, like, obviously people have seen Rise.
Well, hopefully, yes. Hopefully.
The whole ending scene with him saying,
close your eyes if you haven't seen it.
The whole ending scene with him saying goodbye to James Franco's character.
Right.
And then, it's never established if James Franco dies, but clearly
I think,
he does. And that actually, I read an article about, the director said, like, it's not sad, but like, or it is sad, but, James Franco's character and Frida's character, whoever her character was, they both like obviously die in the flu.
Yeah.
And that actually kind of killed me. Like not even the fact that they died, but the fact that you never actually saw it. The fact that Caesar didn't see it. Like, I feel like Caesar would have wanted to be there for James Franco.
Sure.
Like, and that's what kind of killed me. Like, that idea that they had a relationship and it wasn't really followed through.
Yeah. All right. So, your movie review of the week.
It was a fantastic movie.
I'm glad you dug it. What the hell's coming out this week? We got Turtles coming up. We got Guardians coming up.
I want to see that movie begin again with Mark Ruffalo, who plays the Hulk, and Keira Knightley, who plays everything sexy in your dreams.
Yes.
And,
that's a good way of putting it.
And that movie,
Tom Mom saw beginning and he loved it. He thought it was great.
Really?
Yeah.
Why did he invite us?
He saw it like Saturday, and I think he knew we went to. Oh, then here's the funny part. He snuck into the end of Dawn of the Planet of the Apes. So he wanted to see the end again, but he snuck into the 3D version without any glasses. So it was a little fuzzy.
That's awkward, though. It
was a little fuzzy.
It's a good ending.
Speaking of theater hopping,
good ending sets up a third one beautifully.
Oh, sure. Well, I mean, that's yeah.
I have a question, actually, about Dawn Planet of the Apes.
Okay, ask away.
And this was part of the review I'd read. Obviously, you know how this ends. Same thing with Star Wars. Between episode 2 and when episode 2 finished,
right,
and then you were going to see episode 3,
right,
and you'd already seen episode 4 because it had been out for 20 years now.
Yes.
Does that change your opinion? Because, like, obviously, when you see. You're going into
what's going on. You know what's going to happen.
You're going into episode 3. Okay,
it doesn't. I want to see how it happens.
Okay, you're going into episode 3, and you know that Anakin Skywalker is sometime in the next 2.5 hours going to become
He's going to get fried to a crisp and become Darth Vader. No, I want to see how it happens.
So, like,
cool.
Obviously, now we know, as per the end of Dawn of Planet of the Apes. Obviously, no spoilers, but like clearly it sets up a fight.
Sure.
Obviously, no spoilers, but like I think we all know what's coming.
Right.
It's going to be a trilogy. It's going to set up a fight between apes and humans. Like, does that kind of jade you? Because like clearly,
no,
you have seen Planet of the Apes. True or false?
True.
So how does this end, Ming?
How does it all end?
How does it all end?
I didn't make it to I haven't seen all of them.
Have you seen Planet of the Apes?
I have, yes.
The original? How does that begin?
It begins with Charlton Heston and his crew crash landing on Earth.
Okay.
From a spaceship.
And what happens? Are there apes?
There are
taking
apes.
Over the have apes taken over the world?
Yes.
Okay.
He thinks he's gone back in time. It turns out he's actually gone forward in time. It's like, no, you blew it up. No,
exactly.
Damn, dude.
Exactly.
Yes.
Okay, exactly. So, like, we're talking about a war between apes and humans.
Yes.
That clearly the apes win. True or false?
As it's shown in the movies, yes.
As it's shown in the movies, true.
Yes, true.
And apparently, sometime during this war, apes or humans take to space.
True, yes. Actually, in the first one, if you look at the end, there's an article about how they launched a rocket.
Exactly. So does that influence your
you want to
possible idea of the next movie? Possibly knowing, like, obviously during this movie, that, like,
you want to see how they do
humans take off and go to space,
Yes.
and apes win this fucking war.
You want to see how it happens, or you want to see what happens. Yeah,
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree completely. Like, I wanted to see how Hayden Christensen played Anakin becoming
right. Unfortunately, it was
Vader.
not good.
No, unfortunately, it like really fucking sucked.
I'm sorry, it was not good.
Yeah,
I'm sorry, it's not good. All right, World Cup.
Ooh, Germany.
World Cup, Germany, Argentina. Did you watch the game? Do you want to talk about the end? The last final games?
I do.
You're a big football fan.
I am a big football fan. I didn't watch the game live.
Oh, you didn't watch it live. Why?
I watched it. I was working.
Okay, all right. Did it kill you?
No, actually, because
it's actually a good game too, right?
I just did. No, actually,
was it a good
I
game?
would say it was a terrible game.
It was close, right?
I just
it wasn't like 7-1.
No. I agree. I did a media blackout.
Okay.
Hold on, I'm trying to catch one of these tweets that I haven't read.
All right, but I mean, I tuned out. I'm not gonna lie. Tuned out after.
Yeah, I watched it. I got out of work at like 6. Got home by like 6:37. Started watching the game.
Okay.
It's really fucking slow.
Okay, so it was not that great.
No, it was slow moving. I mean, like, the game final score 1-0.
You did call it though.
I did. I called Germany over Argentina.
Yeah, you did.
I feel like Argentina, strictly speaking, sports wise, plays at a level where they're playing for themselves, not their team.
Right.
I feel like Germany plays for their team, not themselves.
Right, which is why they probably won then.
I agree.
All right.
I feel like they play more as a team. They pass more. They acknowledge each other on the field more. I feel like
they play as a team.
Argentina, like the people like Messi, wants to score his own goals. He wants to get the golden boot. I feel like, Aguero, when he comes on, he is as great as a player as he is. Like, he plays better with Zabaleta and, kicking the ball around with Di Michaelis, than he does with anybody else because he's a Manchester City fan or a Manchester City player. I feel like Argentina 4 years from now, I feel like Argentina can win that cup.
All right, you're calling it now.
I'm calling it right this second. 4 years from now, Argentina's the winner. Right now, I called it for Germany because 4 years ago, I called it for Germany when they lost.
Okay.
Like,
wow, you're like you're crested.
I feel like
again.
I feel like they came together as a team.
Yeah.
Germany, and I mean, like, even like I support Germany because my favorite player plays for them.
Right.
And he sucked up this World Cup. Like, seriously. He was like terrible. And they still won it. And I still supported them.
That's good of you.
Well, he fucking sucked. Shit.
Yeah, but still, the team.
Yeah, no, the team.
Not everyone can be.
Klose got the like the most goals ever in a World Cup. Mueller tied for the most goals in this World Cup.
Right. What do you have, 6 or something?
Yeah,
okay.
6.
All right, all right. I know what I'm talking about.
With James Rodriguez from Colombia, or James Rodriguez from Colombia, however you want to actually choose to say his name.
Yes.
So I mean, like, I feel like Germany had it going on. I knew that they were going to win. Watching the game, I was actually a little worried because we got to like 90 minutes. I'm like, fuck, we're going into extra time.
Right.
Like, no one, as much as you want to actually watch all the games go into like overtime, no one actually wants to see any of the games go into penalty kicks because penalty kicks is like a shitty
They
way.
would have done that for the final?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Wow. All right. This is why hockey is the ultimate sport, my friends.
For any of the games, actually, it goes for any of the games, it goes 90 minutes for regular time, overtime for 30 minutes, 2 15-minute segments.
Yes.
And penalty kicks to decide the winner. Really,
that's lame, dude.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like,
lame.
During elimination and during the best of 16 round, penalty kicks are okay, which they came down to a lot.
Sure.
But for like the final,
the regular season hockey, do the shootout. I don't care. But
for like the final, no one wants to watch them come into penalty kicks, and
no one.
And they didn't. At 1:13, Germany scored.
Yeah,
and that was it. Argentina couldn't come back,
and that was it.
That was it.
All right, are you gonna fall asleep here?
No, I'm just yawning. Lack of breathing.
That's great. Everyone's saying you're slurring it. I love it.
I know.
I love it.
I'm just super excited. I'm sorry.
I love it. No problem.
I'm sorry. I super slur when I'm super excited.
No problem.
I really talk quick. I actually, when I was in middle school, this is like an interesting story about me. When I was in middle school, I was in like a speech class because I couldn't say my S's correctly.
Like a speech like impediment class?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay.
Because when I get like super excited about things, when I'm like super happy, I don't say my S's correctly. I don't like accentuate them.
Right.
Like
It sounds fine now. I guess it works.
Yeah. No, like I slur them, but like when I get like, it still happens. Like when I get like super excited, I slur my words. So I was in like speech therapy for like 2 years because I couldn't get my S's right.
What were the other kids in that class like?
Oh shit, they were terrible.
Like dullards?
Mm-hmm.
Dullards?
They couldn't say. I mean,
like, what the fuck? Like
obviously, like S's and like things where you got like a lisp.
Right.
Were like really.
I had to have annoyed you. I know you.
Like, yeah, I know. I was just like, are you serious?
You're like looking down on people.
I'm just like I'm super excited and I speak really quickly. Yeah. But I mean, we had people like that, and there may be people that like couldn't say like vowels correctly. Right. Like A's came out.
Down on them. No.
I'm not looking down at them, but like
at the time, I'm sure you did though.
No.
You're like, what the fuck am I doing here?
At the time, I was just like, man, you guys have to understand. Like, I just speak quickly and I like slur my S's. Right. Like that was like the thing. Like. But no one understood that. So I was like, oh well, shit, I'm fucked.
No, you sound fine. Look at you. You're on a podcast where you have to use your voice. To communicate.
I know, and I'm like just super happy today.
I see that. I'm very happy for you. I'm very happy for you.
I literally can't contain myself.
Very happy for you. And before we go, yes, I was at Mike had a barbecue last night.
Yes.
Invited the crew. Rob Bruce came out.
Wait. Mm-hmm. Before we talk about the barbecue, can we talk about the first week of Comic Book Men?
Yeah, we did. It went great.
Yeah, no. Can we talk about it a little more in detail?
Sure. What do you want to know?
Everything. Like, what do people have to look forward to?
A lot of hilarity. Wall flying on fire. I can't go into too much detail.
Not too much, obviously. Yeah. I know, like, you can't give away spoilers.
People have been bringing stuff in, wanting to buy stuff, wanting to sell stuff, the usual.
Have you seen, like, the most amazing thing yet?
We've seen some good stuff, but not the most amazing thing. No, I think we've seen a lot of amazing stuff, though. There's a dude who brought in a lightsaber from Empire Strikes Back. Got a giant Millennium Falcon up here. We've seen a lot of amazing things, yeah.
Would you say that Star Wars...
They brought in a hot chick.
Okay.
I mean, does that count?
Versus like Star Wars versus Star Trek versus like every other thing in like Battlestar versus like Firefly.
It's all Star Wars for me, my friend.
It's so okay.
It's all Star Wars.
No, not even that. Would you say that like it's mostly Star Wars coming in the store?
No, it's a good mix so far.
Okay.
The toys, comic books, collectibles. Yeah, it's a good mix.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, things are going good. I can't say too much. I don't want to ruin anything.
The other day I was here and you guys were filming. I was like, man, I want to like sneak a picture, but I didn't.
Oh, okay, good.
No,
we'll get you on.
I took a selfie instead.
We'll get you on.
Like the best selfie.
We'll get you on. I want to get you on something good. Get you on. If people are curious to see Samantha Q on TV, get you on somehow.
They can see me on TV right now.
This is YouTube. This doesn't count. Like TV, like AMC.
It's like internet.
You could be like, yeah, I was on AMC, Breaking Bad, Mad Men,
I'm not friends with you to be on TV. Although I did hug Brian Johnson and kiss him on the cheek earlier.
Oh, you gave him a smackaroo?
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
I did.
All right.
I did because I love Brian.
I know.
He's like a sweetheart.
You love everybody. Yeah. Just admit it.
Not so
you love
true.
Everybody.
There are people I hate. I could ramble off like a list of like least like.
There's no reason to hate anybody. All right. Well, I think this about does it. This is all I got. Yeah, I did go to barbecue. Mike Zapsik, him and Robert. For any of you, my wife's was like, it's like, are Mike and Rob friends? I'm like, yeah, we were freaking barbecue together. It's like, yeah.
So you're
all that animosity. It's all freaking. They're like brothers.
So Mike had a barbecue.
He did,
and you and your wife went.
My family went. I brought the kids.
Your wife and your family went with you.
Hell yeah!
To the barbecue. I just wanted to make sure that like Twitter got that.
Yes, they did. Twitter, you hear that? Yes, me and my wife, why? But by stressing it, it makes it. You ever see people on Facebook? They're like, oh, they like their boyfriends. They like post messages to each other and stuff, and like, I love you. It's disgusting.
Yes,
it means things are not going well. Actually, you ever notice that when they get overly affectionate on?
I'm overly affectionate
on Facebook. Really?
Not on Facebook
or like Twitter. No,
like text messages.
That's private. When they do it publicly,
I'm like a fucking nasty bitch publicly.
Right. So I don't
privately, I'm like the most adorable human ever. I'm like a fucking teddy bear.
Absolutely.
I cry all the time.
Yes. Don't cry now. Let's go out on a high note. Let's have the best week ever.
So anyway, so you were at a barbecue and you spent the weekend with your family.
I did.
I just want to get that in.
And it was the best. It was a pretty damn good week.
You interviewed a Romanian chick.
Oh yeah, well, all right. Before we go,
yeah, let's talk about that.
Before we go, I was in Wildwood, and in Wildwood they employ a lot of like Europeans to come out and
Atlantic City as well.
Yeah,
to run those like carts,
to run like the amusement park rides and like the food stands and stuff.
Exactly.
And I don't know what they tell these kids, but like, oh, this could be awesome. You could come to America. Like streets are paved with gold. You're gonna have such a great time. I want to do I think This American Life has done it, but like, my whole goal is to steal their whole show. And I was like, man, I wish I could interview these kids and find out what it's really like.
So you did?
Well, I was getting a hot dog.
Sorry, I'm getting
a hot dog. And there's a Romanian girl working the store, and their name tags say what their name is and where they're from.
Yeah, exactly. I remember that. Seaside as well, and
so
Belmar and Point Pleasant.
Yeah, so I was curious. I'm like, one hot dog, please. Like, chick was from Romania. I'm like, what city are you from? She's like, Zagreb or whatever. That's not in Romania, but it was some city I'd never heard of. I was like, are you having fun here? How long have you been here? Like, I just start peppering her with questions. I'm such an asshole.
And she answered them all.
She did
right?
answer them all. I'm like, wow, how long you been here? 3 weeks. Are you having fun? She's like, no. I'm like, oh, why not? She's like, I don't really like it. I was like, are you making friends? She's like, yeah. I'm like, all right, well, don't worry, it gets better.
Well, I love that honesty that she was just like, no, I'm not having fun.
I did love that. She could have just been like, yeah, you know who I was. I could have been like,
at your job, you have to be like,
right. I could have been the son of the owner or some shit like
exactly.
that. But she was like, no, I'm not having fun. And I was like, when do you go back? September. I'm like, are you counting down the days? She's like, yeah. I'm like, how many days? She's like, 54. I'm like, all right, don't worry. I'm like, don't worry, it gets better. I'm like, I'm sorry. I'm just curious. Like, I'm sorry for being such an asshole. And but I would love to talk to those kids, man.
I feel like a lot of them like it, and a lot of them don't. Like, I feel like a lot of them might.
Can you imagine leaving like Romania for like Atlantic City or like Wildwood?
Like as shitty as that is an experience, that is an entry level experience. Like when you're coming from a different country, like, and you don't really speak the language too much and you don't really understand things, like, I feel like that's about as entry level as you come.
It is, but
and like,
can you?
I mean, like, strictly speaking.
Oh man, I gotta think Romania is like so freaking beautiful, and it's like like happening.
But like, as much as Romania is beautiful, as much as Italy is beautiful, as much as France is beautiful, as much as England is beautiful, do any of them pay as much as America does?
I don't know. Possibly, but like just this beautiful country.
Do any of them give
like great food?
Okay, given the opportunity, would you take like maybe you not, but me? Would I take a minimum wage? Like, I don't know, what's something like driving somebody around in like a fucking handcart in France? Yeah, if I went to see France.
In France? Yes, yeah. But at Wildwood, New Jersey? No.
But when you're from Romania, would you take it in America?
Has American been built up so much or like this is gonna be awesome?
Okay,
and then you get here and you're running a hot dog stand.
Strictly
you could have been in like Romania.
Strictly speaking, okay. strictly speaking, when you're thinking of America, you're thinking of obviously New York.
Sure.
Locally,
New York, Hollywood, I don't know, whatever.
Locally, what's most popular is New York, right?
Whatever bullshit they feed those kids, I'm sorry.
Do they have hand truck vendors, running hand trucks in New York? No. So Wildwood, the Jersey Shore, Atlantic City, Wildwood is the place that you go.
I swear they're conning these kids, though.
I agree. They are conning these kids by conning them, but
I feel bad.
But minimum wage, if you're going to be getting it anywhere, wouldn't you love to be getting it at the shore?
I suppose. I don't know. You know what? These are the questions I want answered.
Okay.
That's why I want to do someday.
So shit, let's go to fucking Seaside.
Let's
go to Seaside
and be like, listen, what's up?
Like, are you some Romanian girl?
Are they keeping you as white slaves here? I don't know.
They're not keeping them as white slaves. Oh my god. That's terrible.
I'm kidding. All right, on that note, everybody, thank you for listening. Thank you, Justin Prine, for the Divine Reserve 14. Thank you, everybody, for listening. Thank you for making us say it, Samantha. Happy.
Say what?
Happy.
Oh, happy. I was just say. Apparently, I have to say Sally sells seashells at the seashore.
Oh, okay. You just did.
Because apparently, I'm completely wasted.
Yeah. No, you got that pretty good.
No, I'm just super excited. I'm promoting my job.
All right, and on that note, couple happy podcasters signing off.
Happy.
Yes. Where's
you have no beer. Shit, you even got through your beer quicker than me.
Yeah.
We have way too many things going on in the background.
We do. All right. Thank you, everybody. We'll talk to you next week.
This has been a production of Smodco Internet Radio.